Hello and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who, and I'm on Twitter as well. You can tweet me at Dan Who Reviews. And hello, how are you doing? It is another Thursday, and it's been a pretty slow 6-inch Legends news week. So we thought, why not, since we are technically in the 6th month of the year. We're not technically halfway through the year yet, but we will be in a matter of weeks. So we thought, why not, on a slow news week, we just talk about some of our favourite Marvel Legends of the year. And of course, I cannot do that on my own. I could, but it'll be very boring. So instead, I have two of the most hosts with the most, or whatever that catchphrase is. Something, it rhymes. Here we go, Brandon and Rich. How you doing? Hey.
Yo.
Brandon, how you doing? You good?
I'm good, bro. If I look like I'm crying, I promise it's not because I'm being held here against my will. My allergies, my hay fever is killing me. So I'm like this. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, look, there is.
There we go. That's better.
Yeah. So if I look like I'm crying or if I'm like this, then just forgive me. But other than that, I'm good. Been a really slow week. Nothing crazy's happening. I didn't hit another 1,000 this week, so I'm already behind. I need to crack out some reels this weekend. Yeah, exactly. So I think Rich stopped funding the Russian bot, so no one's following me anymore.
No money left. It's all gone.
Yeah, exactly. The super chat well dried up. So yeah, I'm just it's all good, man. Yeah, happy to be here.
Good.
Happy to be here.
Good. And of course, we once and every while we get treated with the blessing that is the super producer, Rich M. Rich, thank you very much. How are you?
I'm doing good. Glad to be here after being back in the office full time.
Oh yeah,
always fun.
I remember that.
Yay!
It's been so strange. I'm spamming the chat all day, every day, like I usually would. Well, not as much as I usually would, I suppose. I've been busy too, but and I'm like, why is no one replying to me? And Rich is because Rich is in the office. Dan is out and about. Phil is out and about.
I've got a work phone, and I didn't install. So during obviously a working week, my phone's on silent, and I've got my work phone for so I don't miss work calls and stuff. And I refuse to download any social media apps on my work phone because I just know I'd be sucked into social media on work hours. So I do occasionally obviously look, but my main phone during the week is my work phone, and I didn't download Instagram on it for that reason. Otherwise it would just be you and me chatting all day and none of us getting any work done. So yeah, but hello, how are we doing, everybody in the chat? We'll let people slowly climb here. Mark Tack as always with a little super chat. He says, I feel your pain, Brandon. I get bad hay fever. Yeah, me too, to be fair. Me too. We took Teddy for a walk.
It's killing me.
And they, as we walk through, there's a little clearing that we walk into our sort of park that we walked Teddy, and I seen they mowed the grass. And I was like, oh no, I can't go in. You're going to have to go without me. Just leave me behind. Because I knew if I went in there, I'd get teary-eyed. George W. of the channel membership token said, I got my driving theory test soon. Any tips? I have an app for you. George, I will send you the app that I used. It was many years ago now, but I promise you, the app on my iPhone had the exact same questions as my theory test. So when I did my theory test, I was like, I know this answer. It was easy.
Did they have apps when you did your driving test?
To be fair, it took me 8 goes to pass my driving test for the first time theory. Red Foreman with the super chat. Thank you very much for favouring me there.
Red Foreman donated $4.99. Great day all around. Excited about G.I. June, Dan.
Yes, thank you very much, Red Foreman. He says, great day all round, excited about G.I. Joe, June, Dan. Yes, I am, and we will be doing the Joes and Juice this very week. Amanda told me she's going to a wedding. I was like, what day? She went Sunday. I went, you know what? I'll take advantage of that. So yeah, I'll do a Joes and Juice Sunday, but I'll talk about that in a minute. But back to theory test for George. Any tips, gentlemen?
I took 7 times to do mine.
Your theory?
What Brandon just said, when I did my first 2, they didn't even have the hazard warning test. And then the hazard warning test came in after it. So it took me 7 times to do that. So yeah, let's not talk about the theory.
How many times until your actual test did it take?
One time.
Oh, there you go. That's happy days.
I did mine first. I did my theory first time. I did my practical second time. I'm trying to remember. I think I used an app as well, but it was I was gonna say it was so long ago, but I feel bad because it wasn't as long ago as some of us here.
I didn't learn to drive.
I really don't remember it much.
I didn't learn to drive until I was about 25. Like, I just was on buses everywhere all the time. I had my iPhone, well, my iPod, or whatever iPods were back in the day. I had a big black MP3 player. I can't even remember what it's called now. Probably a Zune like Star-Lord. Mark Tac once again with the super chat. Let's read that out.
Toys with Film donated £4.49. Did they have phones when you did your driving test, Dan? Tears of joy, tears of joy, tears
in the car.
Of joy, tears
big
of joy.
80s satellite phones in the car. That's what they had. No, it wasn't that old. As I said, driving since about 25, so not a decade quite yet. Not quite yet. Well, how old were you when you passed your test, Rich?
I would have been 21, I think.
Okay.
It was like, yeah,
that's a good
21.
Age. That's a good age. You, Brandon? You're not even 21 yet, but
I was 17.
Oh, that's well early.
17.
You were like the cool kid in school then, going, haha, these are my house keys? No. These are my car keys. Like, pretty good.
Yeah, I was.
Know that stupid hazard warning test? So, like, some random girl is walking on the side of the road.
Rich is not bitter about it at all, is he?
Click on her, and then, like, if you failed the whole thing, like, bullshit, man. Absolute bullshit.
What is a hazard warning test? I don't even remember what that is.
You gotta like click on the screen when there's like you see like someone's walking in the road, or you see a car indicating, or you see like lights come in. You're supposed to click, so that could be a potential hazard.
Any hazards on screen, you tap. So like a little old lady pushing her wheelchair, even if they're not like, even if she turns her head like she's about to cross the road, you've got to tap her because she could walk out into the road.
Like if she was in the road, I would have tapped her. But when they're like the other side, like what? Like,
Rich is just like, oh, that's a nice lady having a stroll. Oh, that's
but you can't tap all the time either, because I've done that, and then you fail that because you press it too much and it freezes it when you've got to go see the woman on the counter. She's like, oh, you're back again.
Mark Tac once again.
And I still can't drive.
Thank you very much, Mark. He says, when I took lessons, it was like the opening of the Flintstones, and I still can't drive. Yeah, Mark Tac just got a car with a hole in the floor. He just takes his shoes off and just runs. That's what I'm going to do with my turtle van, my Super 7 turtle van, when it eventually arrives. That's what I'm assuming it's big enough to do that. But thank you very much, all the same. And let's get into some housekeeping, and then of course we're going to get into some Legends news, because there's not a lot of Marvel Legends news in 6-inch, but there was a little bit 375 news, and I've got some toys. Ultimate Carnage with the super chat. Thank you very much.
Ultimate Carnage donated £8.99. Happy Thursday, lads. Just thought I'll send a donation, as every little helps, and I can't wait to find out your top ML figures of this year so far.
It certainly does, Ultimate Carnage. Thank you very much. He says, happy Thursday, lads. Just thought I'd send a little donation. Every little helps, just like Tesco. I added that bit. And I can't wait to find out your top Marvel Legends of the year so far. Yeah, I've purposely not told Brandon and Rich not to tell me what they are. So we are going to do sort of 3 each, just to keep it simple. Because then you get 9 picks out of a lot of us, and there may be the same picks. I've tried to not pick what they've picked intentionally, maybe. We'll find out if that works. Red Foreman again with the super chat. Thank you very much.
Red Foreman donated $4.99. First car phone I saw blew my mind. How did it work without a cable? Magic.
I remember having a satellite phone, not in my car, but in my family member's old car.
What phone?
Before mobiles and cell phones were a thing, they had like satellite phones. Yeah, you're. He's way too young for me.
No. That's the sound, right, from the satellite phone in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, basically, yeah, you're right, yeah. You just watched it. That's why you.
See, I know what.
Yeah, you knew.
I know what a satellite phone is.
Very 80s into the 90s type thing. They lingered for a little bit. Big, massive phones, big cable. But Red Foreman said, without a magic, it must be magic. It's still magic without a cable. Still magic. Let me do this housekeeping, and then we'll get out of the way, because these guys are already, they're already too kind. So let me press some buttons. Okay, so first and foremost, today is the Thursday live stream. Me, Brandon, and the super producer Rich talking Marvel Legends and whatever the hell we want, like satellite phones and driving theory tests. That's what you're here for. And then on Sundays, we do Legends and Liquor. No Legends and Liquor this week. Instead, on Sunday, so this Sunday, me, Mark, Tac, and Mini Plastic Multiverse, aka Tom, will be doing a Joe's and Juice. It is Yo-Jo June, and there has now been the very first live stream of the month. Well, second if you include that first Instagram live. And there's some reveals to talk about. And we also missed the news of the last live stream. So we've got plenty of Joe's and Juice toy news to talk about. So we'll be doing that Sunday, okay? This Sunday is Joe's and Juice. Do I have the graphic for Joe's and Juice? So do. There it is, people. Go and watch Joe's and Juice this Sunday. I think we're going to do it at the same time I do Legends and Liquor on a Sunday. So about 6 p.m. UK time. I think that's 10, maybe 10 West Coast and maybe 12 Eastern, I'm guessing, I don't know. But go and watch Joe's and Juice on Sunday. And then, of course, already on the channel right now, go and watch me and Tana talk Turtles and tea. All very Pacific themes on these shows, if you couldn't tell. And I also like a beverage, if you couldn't tell. That's what I thought it was obvious, but in case you didn't know, it's a theme and a beverage. But much appreciated. Anyway, back to this. So that's the network. Just like very generous people have already been doing anything over £4 or $4, then Friday, and if she is working, we'll read out your super chat out loud, interrupt the show, get your conversation, get your comments heard, and let us know your favourite Legends of the Year. I am going to be looking at my Instagram. Of course, I'm going to be looking at the chat. But if you really want to get our attention, that's the best way to do it, and we appreciate it for you. It helps contribute to the channel. Thank you very much. Hit that join button, all that good stuff. Come and join me in the live stream, just like Legends and Liquor. I appreciate you. And then, like we always do, we start off a stream. I asked Brandon. I say, Brandon, how's Instagram been treating you this week? And you said the algorithm is back with a vengeance.
It's no. It's the things are definitely slowing down on the following front, which has been fun. But this was really cool. Instagram now has introduced a pin feature. So I pinned 3 of my favorite shots from this year so far up at the top to give them some more love. But other than that, it's been a lot of fun, man. Been milking that controller wave, putting out some shots for that. I anticipated that. Well, spoiler alert for Kenobi. I anticipated some scenes in Kenobi yesterday, so I shot some scenes for that. Turns out they weren't there, but I still started posting them anyway, so they've been good fun. But we got some Jurassic stuff, I think, probably coming over the weekend to celebrate the latest film. And then, I think just a mix of Star Wars and Legends next week. But it's been good, man.
Beautiful. You're
on the road to 8K.
Oh, 10K, really? Let's be honest. Like, you're flying at the minute. 10K in 2022 for sure. Happy days. And let's go over to displayed once as well.
That's a good point. I forgot to like the post from earlier.
Displayed
once. Look at him. Caught live. Don't even bother with mine.
No, I have your notification posts turned on, so I don't miss a post. Well, I was on a call earlier when you did it.
Well, what works out perfect is that, of course, we always like to start a stream with any new toys, and Rich's picture here is an example of exactly that. So, what new toys you been buying, Rich? Playing catch up, that old game of Legends catch up.
I got this old new version of Scarlet Witch, and I got a Thanos because my nephew nicked mine, so I needed another one.
Yeah, let's do.
And they were in the Pulse sale, so I've got both of them.
So you've got the new one, which is like lighter pink rather than like a glossy pink, right?
Yeah, she hasn't tipped Vision's oil all over her, and she's like just matte in this one.
I prefer the one you've got. The one you've got is more my mind's eye of comic Scarlet Witch.
I was happy with the other one, but then
Red Foreman donated $4.99. Dan, please consider doing a once-a-month mashup for other things. Motu, Mayfex, Mondo, Shush Figuettes, lots of great import stuff out there.
100% Red Foreman. To be fair, Legends and Liquor is just a funny gimmick name. But like the Thursday stream, this stream today is meant to be the Marvel Legends focus stream where we always try and mine for any type of Marvel Legends news, rumors, speculation, whatever. So the Thursdays are all about Marvel Legends. Legends and Liquor is just a fun gimmick, but the show isn't always about Legends. It can be about anything we want it to be. So please get involved, become a channel member and get involved in Legends and Liquor and come on and start these conversations with everybody. Like, that's what Legends and Liquor is all about. If you've watched any of the streams and you know everyone who guests on Legends and Liquor collects differently, they've all got their own favourites, and we end up talking about loads of crazy stuff. So Legends and Liquor is genuinely the place to be for all the random other stuff. It's a less formal stream, and it's just sometimes I'll go for 4 hours and Amanda hates me for it, but I do it anyway because it's just too much fun. So Legends and Liquor is the place for that. But back to Rich. Rich, I was saying that my mind's eye of Scarlet Witch is the pink, but you said you didn't mind this one.
I didn't mind it when I had it, but then I think it was David M. Smith posted like the two side by side, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to get this one. But I just wanted to wait for it to come down in price, but I got it.
That Hasbro Pool Power Sale came in clutch.
So it does look, it is nice, but there's nothing new about her. I think she has got 2 more effect pieces. I think that's it. But otherwise, nothing else new with her.
Does she come with the swirls?
Yes,
swirls?
she got like this,
cool.
two swirls and 2 like hex pieces as well.
Okay, cool.
But no new hands. The face sculpt is still the same, but that is probably one of the better female face sculpts, to be fair.
Agreed.
It's a really good one. So
agreed. It's just a shame she's jelly legged, but she goes on a flight stand anyway, so I don't mind if they go on a flight stand, but trying to get them to stand over time, not good.
Speaking of non-Marvel Legends, I also got Starlight from NECA from the boys. And randomly, I picked up this bell from McFarlane's like shitty the articulation of this is shit, but it was like £3. I think I paid for it, so I'm not.
Yeah, well, that's what McFarlane is, ain't we? Know McFarlane are like statues, ain't they? If you don't buy McFarlane for crazy ACBA posing, you buy it for the character it is.
She's got like a rotation at the knee. Then she's got a waist swivel, but you can't really move it because of the cape. She's got a head that rotates, but you can't move it because of the thing. And then the arms feel like they're going to break if you move them at all. So I just don't know. But yeah, there you go. Bell.
Do you have any others of that particular line? What's it called?
No,
it's Disney. Some game, right? Some Disney verse or something or other.
It is Mirrorverse. There you go. Look at the
verse.
packaging.
I knew it was something verse.
It's like some mobile game, I think, where it's like an RPG. But the sculpt is really nice on it, to be fair. It's just questionable design choices.
McFarlane
all over.
Exactly, that quote. I was about to say, that is a quote that summarises McFarlane perfectly. It's like, the sculpt's nice, but it's just everything else is a mess. Are you going to get the Beast now? Is there a Beast? You need Beauty and the Beast, right?
I don't think it's random. The selection is just random, and they're all different sizes as well. So she's like a 5-inch one, but they've got 7-inch versions as well. So it's just all over the place. But I don't think I'll be buying any more. I bought one to have a look at, and no.
Well, for that price, there's no harm at all. And Starlight, is that just a one-off, or are you a fan of the boys? Do you want to build the 7? Like, what's your fandom with the boys saying?
I'm just going to build the girls. So I'll be getting Queen Maeve if they do that, if they do the female, just the female characters, I think.
Yeah, there's not too many of the big guns. I guess Stormfront-ish. Season 2 Stormfront anyway.
Detachable limbs.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. Again, I'm looking forward to watching the boy. I've just rewatched season 2, so I've not actually seen any episodes from season 3 yet. That's every Friday, right? So this Friday, tomorrow, there'll be 4 episodes available.
Three of them went up last week, and then a new one every week.
I've literally got... So tomorrow, I'm going to have 4 episodes of The Boys to watch, 4 episodes of Kenobi to watch, and an episode of Miss Marvel, which I haven't seen yet either. So like, I just need a week off work to catch up with just my pop culture fandom.
Which show are you going to... What order are you going to watch those 3 shows
I think I'll watch Miss Marvel first, and then, to be honest, probably The Boys after, because I've just watched season 2 of The Boys, so I want to...
Well, it was really fun being here. I had a great time.
Sorry.
I think I will...
but that's why you're here,
next
to
week.
Be the polar opposite of me. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, being the same person would just be boring, trust me. But anyway, Brandon, let's speak to you. What new tools you've been buying, if any? Because it has been a weird, slow couple of weeks for us in the UK. We got the controller wave.
I've been trying...
Things that went slow.
Yeah, I've been trying to be really well behaved, if I'm honest. But... I was successful with the Power Days sale. I didn't get anything.
Yeah, avoiding.
I almost cracked, didn't I? Like 2 minutes toward the end.
He was sending me screenshots of a basket at like 11:58. It was funny.
Literally. And then you weren't I think it was like 11:53, and then you weren't replying, and I was like, Dan. And then I unsent that basket because I changed some stuff in the basket, and I sent that to you at 11:58. I was like, okay, how about this, Dan? And then I kind of was just looking at the clock, looking at the basket, and then I ran out of time, thankfully.
It got me at about 11 o'clock. Literally an hour left.
Yeah.
59 minutes left, and I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. And I brought some random as hell stuff. To be fair, stuff I wanted, but like stuff I'd never pulled the trigger on because there's other stuff that I'd want more so. So it was more so just a FOMO. I'm not going to lie. It was like a complete FOMO purchase because I thought if I ever backtrack to try and get some of that stuff, I'm going to be annoyed that I didn't do it when it was 40% off. So yes, I FOMO, but I'll talk about that next week when they arrive. So you have nothing new, no new toys to talk about this week as such.
No, there's a couple of things. I ordered some in the Geeky Nerd toy sales. I ordered some of the retro I think I got Mr. Loki, Mrs. Loki, Falcon, and one other one.
Well, perfect, because I did as well, Brandon. I did the same as you.
Yes.
So, what was it called? Geeky Nerds Toys?
Geeky Nerd Toys. I think there was one other that I got, but I can't remember what it was. I haven't actually opened the package yet.
I checked out and then realised after I checked out and paid and everything that there was others that I wanted as well. So, but I checked out so quick thinking they were going to sell out. I thought it would be like a crazy sale like that. Like that Sunny sale thing or Sunna sale or whatever it was.
Sonna.
But it never was. They're all still in stock for ages. But yeah, again, complete FOMO purchases. But Rich, this one's for you, my friend. I was playing catch up. Look at that. Double the Tigra. Double, because I've got one for the Who crew for my comparisons and every single. So she stays upstairs, but I wanted a T-Grey for the display. Super chat from Red Foreman once again. Thank you very much.
Red Foreman donated $4.99. Dan running down McFarlane. Don't you want an entire shelf of figures with their eyes looking in completely random directions? It's art.
Dan, running down McFarlane. Don't you want an entire shelf of McFarlanes with their eyes looking at random directions? It's art. Funny you should say that, Red Foreman, because like I'm not against it. Like, look at that. A whole shelf of McFarlane all looking in different directions. So it's like you knew what I had right next to me this whole time. It's like it's not on display with the Legends, which are there, but it's just got a little shelf. Just a fun little shelf. I wanted to build like a generic Justice League, but they don't give us generic characters. They give us all crazy versions. But Red Foreman, I'm not far off. I have got a shelf. But yeah, back to T-Grey. I wanted one for my display down here, Rich. Obviously, we needed her representing. And then I wanted one to keep on card at a pure FOMO because of the retro card dying. So there you go. How many Tigers did you end up getting? Have you still got? Or so I know you give one away recently.
Give one away. Mini Plastic Multiverse won that one.
Congratulations, Tom.
I've got 3 in my Tiger Cube.
Nice.
1 on card and then 2 in the both heads. Then I've got another one on the West Coast Avenger, so that's 4. Then I've got another 2 on cards, so that's 6. So I did have 8, but I give one Tom, one, and I give another one to someone else. Well,
Rick brought a whole case of T-Grey.
I was going to when I first of all, I was going to be like, how much would a case? And I thought, this is just stupid. You can't buy a case.
But then you did anyway, just separately.
Did anyway. Cost me more.
It's been a while since we've heard T-Grey mentioned via the super chats. All right, hint, chat, hint. Who wants to pull the trigger? And also, these were the last 2 I got, Brandon. I got Falcon and Loki. So did you get Falcon as well? Then I imagine.
Yes, I got Falcon because I think I'll probably keep him on card with that retro War Machine that's coming up. And I've got the retro Vision, I got retro Black Panther still on card. So I thought those 3 would work together still on card. And then the other one I got was Shocker, because I tried to do the black lines on my Shocker and I messed it up really, really badly because I wasn't paying much attention as I was doing it. So I thought I'd pick up a cheap one while I've got the chance. Anyway, the main thing that I got this week that I haven't yet opened is this guy.
Nice.
So I've been backtracking on prequel SHF because at the time when they were coming out, I skipped a lot of them simply because like they were expensive and I wasn't as into imports at the time because of the expense. But which I think paid the price for quite literally because at the time, some of those prequel SHF were relatively cheap compared to like they've literally tripled or doubled or quadrupled in price.
The prequels is like a renaissance of prequels at the minute, and Obi-Wan's at the forefront of it for sure.
Is there?
Apparently
is there
so.
really?
Apparently so. That's what the internet tells me, Rich. That's what the internet tells me. People are very excited to see Hayden Christensen back, and Obi-Wan obviously is now a thing, and people are like rekindling their love for the prequels. As this new generation of people grow up with it, because that was the movies I grew up with. Like I remember Phantom Menace in 1999, same year as The Matrix. I think it was. Yeah, seen them both the same year.
I fell asleep in Attack of the Clones. I remember that.
I only seen the Phantom Menace in the cinema. I don't think I went and ever seen the other ones in the cinema, but I remember VHSs and blah blah blah. Yeah. So if you didn't see, Brandon was showing off. Liam Neeson from Taken 4 when he grew out his hair and went karate style. Yeah, very nice. I actually brought him as well, Brandon, in the Hasbro Pulse sale.
Yes.
To stand with Jar Jar and then just waiting now for that Black Series Anakin, so I can just have that trio to represent.
Oh yeah,
that's all I need.
That's not coming ever.
Do you reckon they're never going to give us Anakin in 6-inch form?
No.
Why not?
Not because they can't even get a proper Attack of the Clones anniversary line out.
They just gave us a little kid. They gave us that Omegle or whatever he's called.
Yeah, because she's like.
Well, they need to reuse. They need to reuse that. Put a little kid head on there, Anakin.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I would love it, but I don't think they're too busy putting out layers, you know.
Oh, well, we can talk about that in a
They
second.
don't care about Padme and prequel characters.
Use a brown
Red Foreman
marker for
again.
Shocker.
Oh, okay.
I'd mess up, it wipes off easy.
Okay, Red Foreman's on the same page. He says, I use a brown Gundam marker for Shocker. If I'd mess up, it wipes off easy. Yeah, I was the same as you, Brandon. I nearly brought a £10 Shocker from Smith's just so I could use it as a guinea pig to try the lines, but I haven't done it. I haven't done it. You need to show us a picture of the one you attempted. I think you did, didn't you?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, because I've done web lines on the Spider-Man figures before, so I was quite confident I could do it. But I think I might have used a different pen than I usually would, and I think it was late, and I just was doing it for fun rather than actually like focusing on it. So yeah, it looks. I can see it from here. It's in a plastic box over there, and it's really bad.
Oh, you need
like
to
really bad.
Let me throw to the chat just for a second and say hello to some people in here, because we haven't really said hello. I've just seen Prophet say, "Have a great show. I'll catch it on the replay." So Prophet, for when you hear back on the replay, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Hope you're good. Greg says, Brandon, listen to Home Dude. Oh, and because they're saying use the brown Gundam marker, the same as Red Foreman. Is that what you use, Brandon? Or do you use black?
If I'm honest, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think I used black, and I think it might have been like a thin tip Sharpie.
Jimmo is saying remove it with
probably
alcohol.
The worst thing to use.
Jamie with the channel membership, he says, I might be down to likeness rights for episode 1 Anakin. Also, yes, more Leia. Oh, it might be down to likeness rights for episode 1 Anakin. Why is the little lad?
Or it just might be down to. No, I'm gonna stop because I like the Black Series team really. Okay. I'm just being mean.
Okay. Brandon's in one of those moods. Shall we just keep winding him up? Tell us what you hate, Brandon. People like it when Brandon gets angry. I don't know the story behind the likeness rights for Anakin, Jamie. You're going to have to elaborate, my friend. But he seems to be happy with more Leia. Rich sent us a screenshot earlier where Rich has buckled and finally got Iron Man from the controller wave after he originally didn't think he needed it. And he also brought another Leia. So what made you get the Iron Man in the end, Rich?
Brandon's review on his Instagram. It just like
that reel with over 100,000 plays. How many of those?
Oh wait, that is a lot of fun. That is. Let's check what the current stats are on that.
Okay, we can do that.
Because I got it here. I'll check it here. Because what's his name? Wade really loved that, didn't he? Okay, wait. So this is crazy. So 216.
Wow. It's double.
216,000 plays. 13,791 likes.
There you go. This is what Brandon's on about, people. Brandon's reels. I told you, he's cracked the code. He's cracked the algorithm. Don't copy him now.
I'm kind of scared to do any more. Like, I'm hesitant to do any more in case I ruin the streak.
Home Dude said, Brandon, check your DMs for a shocker result. But there you go. 216k for Iron Man. So
I didn't even realize
Rich, right? As
200.
an experiment, Rich, when you get your Iron Man, shot for shot, recreate the same reel as Brandon, okay? Shot for shot. All right, and let's, as an experiment, see how many it gets. See if it really is an algorithm beta. That 216k is impressive.
I think it's Brandon showing his wrists for free. I think that's what people are loving.
Can you monetize? Can you monetize Instagram? Can you get paid?
I wish I knew if you could.
Because that's money right there. If that was YouTube views, you'd make a decent bit of change of that.
Yeah,
you can't get ads though, can you, on Instagram? So
but there's got to be a way to monetize it, right?
It's sponsorship.
Okay.
So it's like someone paying you, like McFarlane going, hold up my figures and I'll give you 10 grand, that kind of thing.
You need to send Hasbro some model shots of your wrist, Brandon, and be like, look,
McFarlane would have to cough up a lot more than that.
Yeah, Brandon's no shill.
Damn it.
Gets off that pirate ship. Okay, let's. Okay, so as I said, let's go back. let's remind everyone what today's all about. So if you couldn't tell by the very clickbaity thumbnail, and Laser Pants thinks we're copying him. I seen him at the start of the chat. I seen you. We're not copying him. It is June. That means we are in the 6th month of the year already. Can you believe it? 2022, we're already in June. Absolutely insane. Now, we're not technically at the halfway point of the year. That would be the end of June. But it is a slow Marvel Legends week in regards to news. There's a little 3 3/4 news, but we may get to that eventually for some reason or other. So we thought, just for fun, again, just for a little bit of fun, let's do our favourite or best Marvel Legends of the year so far. So the only rules for this is that we have to have the actual figure. You can't say it's the best figure and not own it. Like, if that was really the case, why haven't you got it? So you got to own it, you got to have it, and that's fine for both of you, right? I don't think I said that, but you have both obviously got the figures, right?
Yes.
Yeah, good. Okay, cool.
Yes, I do.
Of course he has. Brandon's not going to pick a best Marvel Legend and not have that Marvel Legend. So basically, we've all picked 3 Marvel Legends for our favourite. So again, we're not saying, by no means is this an official list where we've done the statistics and done all that. This is just us 3.
It is. If you don't agree with these picks, then you're just wrong.
This is just us staring at our shelves going, oh, which one do I like for today? Because again, my opinion may change tomorrow. Go and watch my recap and ranking videos if you want to see me rambling about what figures I like. Because I guarantee you, if I did those recap and rankings every week, I'd change my mind. But I've got a recap and ranking for the controller wave. I literally rank them all. I've done one for every wave this year. If you keep scrolling down, you'll find one for the Doctor Strange wave. If anyone really cared about that, no one did, it seems. But it's there if you want it. If you keep going down, I think there's another one somewhere. I've definitely been doing recap and rankings all year. It's just a little bit of fun, but my opinions constantly change. So when we thought about doing this idea, I just looked at the shelf and just picked 3 figures that made me smile or I liked for some reason or other. So let's do this. Let's just get into it. We're going to go around in a circle of our favourite Marvel Legends of the year so far. And then after we've talked about the ones we've got in hand, we're going to switch it up and talk about 3 that we're excited to get the rest of the year. As there's still, just think we're only halfway through, so expect the same amount of Legends again, if not more, because you've got waves and that summer releases and etc, etc. So this is only a fraction. I would say 30 to 40% of the Legends this year are what's in hand already. So I'll go first, gents, if that's all right. Is that okay? So,
yeah, that's fine.
Thank you for the response. The verbal response was what I was
Sorry,
wanted.
I was just reading some comments in the chat. I missed some earlier that there was some Kenobi slander in the chat.
Uh-oh.
If I see it again live, I'm muting you for like 10 minutes. You've been warned. And there's a couple comments here. Any more of it? I'm on Savage Brandon level today.
Right, but lads, by the way, right, I get this quite a lot on my YouTube videos, and I can see the Saint Archangel doing it as well. And I don't think he's being a troll, but I do get this a lot. Do I say favourite weird?
Favorite.
So in my reviews, when I'm talking about, I will often use the word favourite quite a lot. It comes up quite a lot, and
say it again.
Favourite.
Yeah, so you just said favourite. You said the earth. You said favourite.
Okay. That's just my lisp.
Yeah.
So people are actually discriminating against me because of my lisp. That's just out of order.
Go get him, Dan.
That's just out of order. Who's this discriminating? But yeah, that's all it is. It's my lisp, people. Right? If you didn't know, I've got a lisp. Now you know. Sometimes it pops up, sometimes it doesn't. But I clearly can't say favourite very well. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But anyway, talking about favourites of the year so far, here's one of them. Straight into it. So we talked about when we first started doing live streams, me, Brandon, and Dark Joker, aka Dante, were talking about some of our favourite Spider-Man costumes we would like to see in Legends form. And this year, quite a lot of them are being ticked off the list. And the first one we got this year was the Iron Armor Mark 1. This is a completely pinless Marvel Legend, and what's so great about this is that it came on that super nostalgic Spider-Man retro packaging that I don't know if you know, that I love very, very much. So I have another one on the shelf over there, out on the wall. And yeah, pinless, reminds me of my childhood. I had this figure in the Toy Biz days. Just a beautiful looking figure of an armor, a design that I like, but also very nostalgic to me. So there you go, that's my first pick. So firstly, is this on any of your guys' list?
No, it's not on mine.
Good. Okay, that's good. So thoughts on...
I need to remember what my actual list is. Hold on. Okay, keep
so
going.
by the way, this list is in no order. We're just going to pick 3 random figures. It's not 1, 2, and 3. It's literally just 3 figures in any order we want. Okay, so don't panic about that. It's just 3 figures we like. Okay, there you go. So there's my pick. You'd have this one, Rich? I doubt you'd have this one, right? No
I
reason
don't
for...
have that one.
Yeah.
It's a nice looking spider armor, but yeah.
There's no reason for Rich to have this. But it's just
Can
nostalgic for me.
can we add a last minute rule that's like it's just comic figures?
No, we can't add that rule because I'm not going back to get more.
He's already dismantled the cubes. Look at my shelves; they're absolutely a mess. Like,
honestly,
look at that. That was full the other week.
So I perfectly positioned my chair so that you couldn't tell everything behind this chair is on the floor underneath the chair.
I know how you feel.
I
know how you feel. Okay, so there you go. There's my first pick. So Brandon, do you want to go next? So your first pick for favorite legend of the year so far.
Oh, this is tough. Do I pick one that? I'm going to pick this one first because I know one of you must have it on your list. So I'm going to be the trendsetter, and that is the unparalleled 20th Cap.
Nice. I purposely didn't pick this knowing one of you would, but there you go. I've got him here ready to show off as well, though. Here he is.
Yeah, I think for a figure that is
what shield you got in there? That's not his shield.
Oh no!
Oh.
I gave him an MCU shield. I think.
Okay, that works. I like it. It works.
It's just nicer. It's like I prefer putting it
straps
with
on
these, as opposed to with the plug thing, because I always feel like I'm going to break the plug thing.
It's got a nice little shimmer to it as well, which I think if you were holding a metal shield, it would. So I like.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think for by today's standards, an outdated figure with the pins and so on and so on. I think he's just so much fun. Like, this figure is just exactly everything that Legends should be about, which is fun and not grumpy men on the internet that claim that you're copying them. You know.
I told him it wasn't him, Brandon. Stop giving it away.
And it's just great. You know, unless it's unparalleled when he copies me and my reels. But other than that, I think it's just so much fun.
I'm gonna start something on Instagram next week. I'm just gonna pick a random figure on the shelf and just do like a random action figure appreciation post. I think that's unique, right? No one's doing that.
No one's doing that.
Yeah,
no one's important anyway.
Random action figure appreciation. I'll do that. I'll start doing that soon.
And then pick figures that just do not deserve random appreciation.
Like someone else is doing, do you think? Shots fired. Okay, so yeah, Unparalleled Cap. Very nice figure, and like Brandon said, yes, there is still room for improvement here. Obviously, the figure's covered with pins, but for a pinned Marvel Legend figure of a certain generation, it is a very nice figure. And so far, out of the 20th anniversary line, it's definitely came with the most. It's like Iron Man didn't really come with great accessories. Hulk came with a base, I guess, if you count that. But I think at least they tried something different with the shield. I know not everyone thinks that, but I don't mind that they tried something a little bit different. Do you have this cap, Rich?
I do have that cap. It is a very good figure, but it's not made my list this time.
Brandon, would you say this is the best current Marvel Legend comic? Captain America?
100%. This is the best one. I think it's from in pretty much every category. Fun factor, especially with the effects. I think paint deco in terms of the actual suit itself. Sculpt in terms of the head sculpt. Both head sculpts. Accessories, because you get the fist, the open hand. I think you get the neck piece for the cowl plus the unmasked head. It's the best unmasked head by far that we've ever had for Steve. So yeah, it is an all-round triple, quadruple, 100% hit for me.
Jay in the chat says he quite likes the shield effect. So do I. Some people just would have liked. Again, people just find a way to moan, don't they? So instead of going, oh, do you know what? It was nice they tried something new. People go, damn holes in my shield. I don't want holes. It's meant to be a vibranium shield. Or adamantium in the comics, technically. But I'm right in saying that, right? Adamantium in the comics, vibranium in the MCU. Correct? Yes, thank you. In the chat, Rectangular is saying, hot take, that is the Marvel Select shield that Hasbro was able to get the mold for. Okay, I didn't know that. It was a nice looking shield all the same. Okay, so down to Rich's first pick. So me, Brandon, so far, these are your two. Okay, me and Brandon have picked these so far. Some great Legends of the year. What's Rich's first pick?
So my first pick is not Jubilee, like David Ristori says, even though that is a good figure, but it's just a repaint. So I've gone for this.
Nice, yeah.
Ravager Thor.
I nearly brought him downstairs, to be fair. But yeah, speak about it.
He's like all pinless. He's got like the big beefy arms. He's got the Yggdrasil tree on his shirt with like the 9 realms of Asgard on it.
You should have told me that before I did my review. It would have sounded more clever.
I'm sure the comments will probably tell you, Dan. But, well, yeah,
there's already comments telling me exactly what that is. I just said, "Oh, nice t-shirt design."
But it's got a bit of a wash. I like the jacket because it's like it fits him in with the Guardians of the Galaxy with like a Star-Lord kind of look as well to him.
The Ravager maroon, if you will.
Yeah, so it's a really good. I like the boots. He's got the straps on it. He comes with his axe as well, and it's just a really nice figure. Really good likeness as well to Chris Hemsworth. I think
that's the best Chris Hemsworth likeness we have gotten on a Marvel Legend. Full stop. Really, really good.
You can swap this head onto the other Thor as well, can't you?
You can. I reckon that's in their decision making. I would like to think that was in Hasbro's decision making as well. Why we didn't get an unmasked head with that of a Thor, because they thought you could swap. But yeah, if you go and watch my review for this Thor, you will see we have probably got more different iterations of MCU Thor than we have any other MCU character. There is a lot of different Thor costumes and designs throughout his quadrilogy now. I just made that word up. It might be a word, I don't know.
I think it is a word,
check Susie in the dictionary corner. Is she here? No, wait, I'm on the wrong show.
Thor's now with this one, he'll have had the most movies out of every
4 solo films, and then in all the Avengers films, and the cameo in Doctor Strange. Yeah, I think Chris Hemsworth is gotta have the most MCU appearances. Can someone fact check that for us, Susie? I need to get an assistant called Susie. That's a countdown reference for anyone who's not old and watches daytime TV. Yeah, I like that, by the way. That's on my reviews on the channel right now for that as well. Plug. If I scroll up. Really nice figure. Really nice. It was the first one I wanted to open. Completely pinless arms. I do wish it came with some fisted hands if I had to be nitpicky. But other than that, really nice looking figure. I'm curious. I just hope that it's not just a quick 2-minute appearance in the film and then we don't see it again. I wanted to hang around with the Guardians for a little bit, is all I'm trying to say. I want the Guardians to be in it for more than 5 minutes, and I don't want it to be the Guardians drop him off on a planet and go bye and off they go. I want them to at least do something first before they bugger off. So
there seems to be a lot of them in the trailer. So I mean, if that's it, then that's a bit of a cop out. But I think there's got to be more to it.
I would like to think so. But yeah, I'm working my way through these reviews as I play catch up. Obviously, controller wave took preference, but we can buy tickets for this on Monday, I believe. We need to find out, gentlemen, if we're going to go and see this together. Maybe that will be the case. But yes, my reviews are on the channel right now, and I'll be putting reviews up every single day. I've already filmed them all. They're just up for scheduled release. But yeah, nice pick, and a nice MCU pick as well. Probably one of the better MCU figures this year for sure. Out of 2 full MCU waves, virtually. Well, not there's some comic characters in there, but you know what I'm talking about. Okay, cool. Background to me then, shall we? Okay, this is where it gets interesting because I've got a pile of figures here, and I'm trying to pick ones that I think yous haven't picked, but now I don't know. Okay. I'm just going to go with this. Now, for me, it's just because it's a version of the character that I wanted on my shelf that we hadn't got in Legends form for a while. There's room for improvement.
Oh, yeah.
It's room for improvement, don't get me wrong.
Pick.
But, so, of course, it's got jelly legs, it's got the pins on his feet, and even not on the arms as such, but they are single-jointed elbows. But still, forget that. Forget the actual mechanics of how to make an action figure. Let's just look at it and think, does that look like a nice comic book Doctor Strange? Yes, it does. Now, yes, people have some qualms with the cape, how it's glued in at the Eye of Agamotto and people can't remove it. However, for me, I'm not taking ACBA shots, so I don't need anything fancy. I just want Doctor Strange in his classic uniform, floating there on my shelf, casting some spells. So I literally use his cape to its advantage and put a flight stand under there and literally have him hovering in my collection. And there's undoubtedly the best comic-looking Doctor Strange we have gotten in the modern era. And it came with some very nice accessories as well that Hellfire Hank's robbed off him. But there you go. Doctor Strange for a classic-looking Strange in the collection. Yes, of course, room for improvement, but it's a nice representation of what it's meant to be. And it was one we needed as well. A one that I think we needed. Because we hadn't got him in this look since the Toy Biz days. And that figure was very outdated, in my opinion, personally. So yeah, a nice Doctor Strange for our current Marvel displays. But yeah, you said you like this one, Brandon?
Yeah, for sure, man. I think, like you say, that's one that we were all very excited for, that we were all waiting a long time for as well. And I think they for the most part nailed it. Like you say, there's always room to improve, but I think with the accessories, the colors, the fun factor, this one really deserves a top 10 spot this year for sure.
Yeah, like this, obviously the title of this video is called Best Marvel Legends, so people can sort of analyze that how they want in their own preference, because the word best is very subjective. Like, how are you rating something? What is your system type thing? And for me, character selection is very important. Like, I'm building a collection. I'm not just buying figures because they're great mechanical looking figures. Well, not mechanical, you know what I'm trying to say. Best made looking action figures that are completely pinless. I'm building a Marvel display. I want all these Marvel characters on my shelf. I want a mini 616 behind me. And this is undoubtedly my mind's eye of a comic Doctor Strange. So that's what I wanted. You a fan of this, Rich?
Yeah, really good figure. I mean, like a classic Doctor Strange we've been needing for like a long time. I'm just like disappointed that they didn't build out the rest of like Strange's comic book people in the wave. Like, I wish they put a clear in the wave, especially with the movie as well, like a comic book clear. If they just sneak that in, I think it would have sold a lot after it. But I mean, we got Sleepwalker and Despair, which are obscure characters, and they've got like magic tie-ins as well. But I mean, this could have been in the regular line. I understand why they put in a deluxe, because they got all those extra accessories in it. But I think this was like wanted by a lot of people.
Yeah, technically a Walmart exclusive, I believe, over in the US. That's why we got it a little bit earlier over here. But I think Borg originally showed this off as well. But again, it's a classic Strange. Is there room for improvement? Of course there is. But for me, as a classic Doctor Strange representation on the shelf, very nice figure, some great accessories, and one of my favourite pickups of the year in regards to Legends so far. Okay, so there's my second pick for my best Legends. Over to you, Brandon. What's your next pick?
For me, my next pick is going to be another top tier Avenger. This was one that had no right to make my top 3 this year.
I know who it is.
It had no right to even be purchased by me this year, but I did it on a whim, and he has forever earned a very solid spot in my. He's actually dethroned the previous version of him that was on the shelf, and has taken up his version on the shelf, or his space on the shelf.
There he is. I know
this guy here. This thing is just phenomenal. My definitive Iron Man armors are either Bleeding Edge or Extremis. This is not Bleeding Edge or Extremis, but all of a sudden it dethroned the Invincible Iron Man armor that I had on the shelf. Accessories are great. You get the 2 pairs of hands, which is all you need for Iron Man.
With the actual joint in it, so you can do the
with
repulsors.
the joints, so you can pose it and all kinds. He has the pinless joints. It's pretty much all new sculpt, if not entirely new sculpt. You have great articulation with the ball joint at the base of the neck and the hinge at the top of the neck. You got a diaphragm joint, so it's not like the body itself gets broken up by an ab crunch. It just is phenomenal, man. A lot of the unmasked Tony heads that we've already had fit this figure. And Hasbro know that if you're a Legends collector, you probably have those heads somewhere in your photo box. So to know that works out as well is pretty great. But yeah, man, this is a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah, great looking fit, completely pinless as well. The smoke effects that it comes with are translucent, which we hadn't got before as well. I think I did a video of this, and I did like a comparison compared to like loads of recent Iron Man armors. If I can get it up on the screen here. Yeah, here I can. There you go. So that's a picture from my review. And like this, if that doesn't inspire you to make a Marvel Legend comic Hall of Armor, I don't know what will. But yeah, I've seen some great pictures online of people doing exactly that as they have those Disney toy box setups. I think Brandon's got some. I know Rectangular's got loads.
Mine has the 2013 Bleeding Edge, Stealth, Silver Centurion, AI Tony Stark.
Do you know, I opened Silver Centurion for this part of the video. I hadn't actually opened it yet. I actually had to cut the tape and take out the Silver Centurion. He was just brand new upstairs in my Cave of Wonders. I didn't realise he wasn't opened.
Oh, yeah. 80th Iron Man, Invincible Iron Man, the hologram Iron Man, and then modular Iron Man. So I got 2 more spots to fill in that one.
Yeah, it can easily be done. But yeah, like Brandon said, pleasantly surprised with how much I like this guy. Rich skipped this guy initially from the controller wave because he thought he doesn't need another Iron Man. He doesn't need it. And then literally, probably, I think yesterday or the other day, Rich has now purchased it. So, Rich, you don't have it in hand yet, but what made you want to buy it?
So it's just like looking at everyone's pictures. So I've read this comic run, and I like this current run of Iron Man. But I was like, do I need another Iron Man on the shelf? Not really. I've got like 10, like I hear them all together in all different displays. I can like skip this one, but then seeing everyone's like pictures, everyone's reviews, everyone's showing it off. I was like, no, I do need it. And then I finally bit the bullet yesterday and bought one. So got one winging its way to me now.
So it's Alex Ross, isn't it? And it's in a retro vintage inspired design.
It's the Alex Ross designed it, and then he's just does the covers on the most recent one. He's not doing the interior art, but obviously it looks great and it's a good looking armor for Iron Man. I think like it combines like classic and modern in like an updated look for Iron Man, but still
100%.
I think you could fit it in anywhere type of thing, really, if you wanted to.
I thought these big white circles would annoy me when I first seen the promo pictures. I was like, they're not going to look good. And like in person, they don't bother me as much as I thought they were going to. But I would love a way for these to, I don't know, like if these could glow, like, do you know, some customizer out there could put LED lights in here, or I don't know, one of the import companies make this armor, but do you know, like a Mezco or whatever, make this armor where all these ports glow like they do in the comics. It'd be an impressive looking armor for sure. But as a Legends representation, it is very nice for sure. And like Brandon said, pleasantly surprised to find that guy's one of the best of the year so far. Will he still be on that list at the end of the year? We shall find out. But great pick. Okay, over to Rich, your second pick.
So my second pick is another from the most recent waves, but it's not from the controller wave. It is from the Bonebreaker wave.
Nice.
It is.
You're just showing it.
Bonebreaker himself.
You're just showing it. I couldn't even have this in my list if I wanted to. I don't have it. Damn you, Maggot and Vulcan. Damn you. Speak about it. It's beautiful.
He's a really nice. So he's one of the Reavers, one of the big, well, not big X-Men villains, but he was kind of like the leaders of the Reavers first of all. And then Donald Pierce comes and takes over the team, and then Lady Deathstroke joins. But he's like always been like this big bad, like the Australian Outback version of the X-Men. He came and like attacked their base. And then he's been around like over the years. He had a figure in the original Toy Biz line. He turned up in the Punisher video game of all places. And he's just like a badass. He's like half tank, half man. And he just looks really, really good. Like the face sculpt is just like crazy looking. Like his glasses, you can like pull them up and see his eyes as well. He's got this like mohawk. It's assembling it took a bit of a bit of work for me. I needed to come with instructions, I think. But yeah, a really, really good looking figure. Like he's got in the back as well. He's got little things, so you can put like he comes with extra hands. You can put them in the back, or you can put Tic Tacs in there. Give yourself a meal when you want. Yeah, whatever you want.
Next time you go around Richards, just pick up Bonebreaker, get yourself a little Tic Tac.
And like the barrels like come off and everything. But yeah, just a really, really good figure. Perhaps I think my favorite Build-A-Figure of the year, definitely. And it's everything revealed so far. I think this is top of my Build-A-Figure list. I mean,
do you reckon it will hold it? Do you reckon it will hold it for the rest of the year, do you think? I know there's stuff we don't even know about yet, but it's a contender, right?
Yeah, I just think it's quite unique as well, because usually like the Build-A-Figures are like, you know, body, 2 arms, head, 2 legs. So it's quite, I know, like, it's a shame that the tracks, like, it doesn't move. If that would, like, I think have sent it over the edge if you could like push it along. But obviously that would have took like more sculpting, more money. But it is a really, really nice figure. It is going to take up some real estate on your figure display, but it's not too bad. It's not as wide. It's not as deep as I thought it was going to be, the length of it. So it's not too bad. There you go.
Hang on, I'm putting the flashy lights on. I got reminded in the chat. Thank you very much. Appreciate everyone joining us here on a Thursday. The lights are flashing. I'm going to have a little drink. Thank you very much. And again, I'm going to be asking you guys your favourite as well as we go into this. I've also put a post up on my Instagram story asking you guys what your favourite Legend of the Year is. And I'm going to literally open up my phone and read out them. So go to my Instagram story right now, skip through and find that post where I asked the question, what is your favourite Legend of the Year so far? And if it's there, I'm going to read it out, okay, once we've finished ours. But yeah, Bonebreaker, I'm just jealous, to be honest, because I'm missing Vulcan and Maggot out of that wave. They're sold out on Pulse, and Pulse was the only place in the UK that became available. So they come and they gone. So I think everyone who pre-ordered it got it, and I wasn't clever enough to put a pre-order in. So yeah, I'm waiting for Vulcan and mag it before I can build mine, but I am looking forward to it. I don't know where he's going to go on the shelf. I told you I'm going to have to start making some custom risers for here, Mojo, and all these other big characters now this year. But looking forward to it all the same. Brandon, are you in for Bonebreaker?
No.
Okay, that answers that. Nice.
No. And after what happened with Vulcan, I still have to raise it with Pulse about
Vulcan's
sending it
no
back.
arse.
Yeah.
We haven't even got any more to send you.
Yeah, and that, yes. I think once I send Vulcan back, if I'm honest, I don't think I will buy him again.
The Vulcan, but it's not the last time we're going to get the Vulcan.
Because and that's the thing. Like, I thought to myself, the only reason I would get it and keep it is because it's the first of that body.
Do you not want to build Generation X or the Starjammers or anything like that?
No, I mean, it's just not.
He's
my
not in Generation
thing.
X.
Not
Dan,
Generation
come
X.
Deadly Genesis.
There you go. That's it. I knew it was on one of those.
Yeah, like, I mean, none of the above. Like, kind of. I mean, the accessories are cool. Like, I enjoyed posing him for the reel and stuff, but I feel like soon enough we're gonna get more figures on that body that I will care more for than Vulcan himself. So, I mean, I say this now. Fast forward, 2 streams from now, and I'll have bought another one, and then it'll be on the shelf behind me.
For anyone who can't remember, Brandon showed off his Vulcan, and the arse plate fell off. Like, his figure literally fell apart on him. So, Brandon's obviously a little bit sore about that. Rich, plug those accessory effect pieces, because they're really nice, and they don't come with the Legend, obviously.
These do not come with the Legend. So these are, hang on, I've got this Speedball somewhere as well. Let me just find that. These ones.
They look really nice.
I've got Speedball as well, and they came off his Dork Materials UK on Instagram. He's got an Etsy store. He does loads of like accessories, like these little like acetates with different designs on them. Like, you can see Speedball. One side is like 3D, like if you like your balls in 3D, like David Evan Smith,
you can get balls your 3D pops in my head for some reason.
And then that side you can get like normal balls, so it's reversible, so you can like use both sides if you want on whatever. And then these ones I got for Vulcan are like energy effects, but he does loads of things. He does like telepathic effects that you can put on your Legends. They all look really, really nice and really good quality as well, and pretty reasonably priced as well. So definitely check him out on Instagram.
Yeah, 100%. If we've got the link, I'll post it in the chat. But Instagram on the web's pretty crap, and I can't see descriptions, annoyingly.
I'll find it now.
Thank you very much. First of your chickens, renewed that channel membership at the Members Club tier. Nick, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. He says, finally. You are always welcome, my friend.
Just quickly on the plugin front before we quickly move on.
There you go. Thank you, Rich. I'll repost that.
Go and check out my post today on hero.collections at instagram.com.
I'm refreshing his page now, and there it is. I keep getting tricked because of the new tagged things looking at the top, but there you go, people. If you're a wise viewer, then you know that Brandon always posts a new pick while he's live on the stream. And there you go, looking good. A little Thor head swap there, looking very nice. There's the Trinity.
Yeah, there it is.
The sort of modern day Marvel Trinity, if you will. Looking pretty good. Hero.collections, as you know. And Rich also tagged that Instagram page for the effect pieces in the chat as well. I'll pin that to the top for a little bit as well. Why not? There you go.
It's an Etsy store, so I think they would probably ship internationally as well, because it's obviously just flat effects. It shouldn't cost that much money, I don't think. But I'm not 100% sure, but check it out.
If I can find the Etsy shop, I'll just show it off. I'll give him a little plug. I don't know the guy, but it's some good stuff. Spread it into the community. Here you go. So here's Dork Materials. There you go. There's an Etsy store, and he's got effect pieces there for Dazzler, for Jubilee, for Karma, who comes in the Danny Moonstar. Danny Moonstar, by the way, if you missed out on her, import stock on PAL Toys in the UK right now. So if you missed out on a Danny Moonstar and you want to build Karma, a pretty crappy Wolfsbane, or Danny Moonstar, then get yourself over to Kapow. There's the bubble balls for Speedball. Then you've got some effect pieces for Iceman, Sinister. There's the ones that you used on Vulcan. They're on Havoc there. Oh no, they're not. X-Man, I think they're. Yeah, X-Man.
Yeah, X-Man.
X-Man. There's some for Storm.
And sim effects.
And if you wanted your Marvel Legends to be a sim, there you go. You can recreate your Legends as Sims on the shelf. But no, I do. This is what I mean. This is why we live in a great age for the collectibles, because with 3D printers, and there's always a niche of this community, whether you collect, whether you take pictures, whether you film videos, whether you customize, whether you 3D print, whether you do dioramas. There's all these pieces of this collection pie, and it's nice getting to see them all. But yeah, there you go. There's the Hood as a sim character. Pretty good. But,
and his Dark Materials is always like doing new stuff or bringing back older things as well. So like keep checking it out, because like things as he's making them, they're going to stock for like until he's sold out type of thing. So
there you go. I can literally post that in the chat. Okay, on the replay crew. If you're watching on the replay crew or you're here now in the chat, there you go. There's the Etsy store. If you're interested in some Marvel Legends accessories, always fun. Anything to help spruce up the display when the Legends team don't do it for us. Come on, Legends team. Always give us accessories. Always. Depends how big the builder figure is, I guess, these days. Okay, where are we? Okay, so that was everyone's second. Okay, mine was Doctor Strange. Brandon's was
Iron Man.
I thought Brandon would say it for me, but he's typing away. Iron Man, and Rich's was Bonebreaker. There you go.
Sorry, I was posting a story.
It's all good. So let's get into our third pick. So this is our third and final pick. We're all picking one more legend. And so I'm thinking, what should I pick? I want to show the MCU some love because I love some MCU stuff, and I am very happy to have some new characters on the shelf. But I don't think I'm going to pick that. I'll give him an honourable mention. Shout out Wong. Honourable mention to MCU Wong, because I want to show the MCU some love, and we needed Wong on a display. This guy, he's basically creating the Wong cinematic universe at the minute. So there's my honourable mention for character representation. But I think my third pick for favourite Legends of the year, I'm surprising myself with this pick, but I'm going to go for Quake here. Quake.
Oh, nice.
Quake and Maria Hill. Now, this is on the best female Marvel Legends body mold available to us right now. Completely pinless, very aesthetically pleasing, a lot more sturdy than our previous females. I don't feel like this leg's going to warp on me. So that's important as it is, the brand new Shriek body. The fact that it's pinless is a beautiful, nice, positive factor. But what's also great about this figure is a brand new character. We've never had a Quake before in figure form. And what's also great is I love it when you can pack in some accessories to give us options for another character. So if you buy 2 of these, you can get a Quake and a very accurate looking Maria Hill. Sometimes you get an extra head in a pack, but the head's just a gimmick. It doesn't actually make sense on that body, if that makes sense. Where this one...
Lilandra.
There you go. Lilandra's a perfect example. But we've even got, like, the Shadow King guy in head, but we never got a body for him, so you have to use a Kingpin, etc. Where this interchangeable head made a perfect sense, because it could have been... They could have easily have just written on the packaging Maria Hill and packed in the Quake parts. It's literally reversible, and it's on the best female legend body, and we needed some female shield agents. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like there's so many positives to this figure. It's got to be given a mention here as we talk about best of the year so far. Hopefully we see this female body a lot more. Hopefully they do tweak and give us a few options for a pinless female body with the double jointed elbows, of course. But yeah, the fact that it's new characters on a pinless body, and we needed some shield agents. Technically you could turn these into army builders if you wanted to put the shield heads on here. So yeah, I want to give these guys some love. So there you go. That's my pick in my third spot for best figures of the year so far. Potentially best female figure of the year right here. So far. But I do think that they may not be able to hold that place for the rest of the year. But for now, they're standing strong. So there you go. That's my pick. So I've seen you agreeing with that, Brandon. You like that pick?
Yes. Yeah, I think that's a great pick. But for exactly the reasons that you say. You know, it's the updated body. I think any female that they put on that body, I will probably buy it just to support. Because... You know, like you said earlier about Wanda, no more squidgy legs. You know, with that new body mold, and as well because surprisingly, I ended up liking it as Quake. I added that Sharon Carter kit bash with the Power Rangers cat head. So yeah, I think it's a great pick. And just to see some more female shield agents is a lot of fun. I think it's something we've been missing for near on 6 years now since we had that updated male shield agent. So it's pretty good. Is it time for my next pick?
Yeah, your next pick. And just before you do, in the chat, Greg is saying Dan Canna Beams is similar creator stateside. Canna Beams is amazing, by the way. I see his stuff, he looks great, but he doesn't ship to the UK anymore. Apparently he had some really annoying customers and he now doesn't want to deal with the UK. So we need to send some love to Canna Beams because I would love to get some of his stuff on my display as well for sure. But yeah, he doesn't ship internationally. I believe he may have changed his mind, but last time I checked, he didn't. But yes, I'm aware of Can of Beans. He's great at what he does for sure. But yes, Brandon, go for it. Second, your last pick of best figures of the year so far.
Yes. So just some quick what do we call them?
Honorable
mentions.
Yes.
Yeah.
What did he say?
Also rans.
Also rans.
Yeah. Also ran. They also ran in the race, but they weren't at the top.
Oh, also ran. I was like, I don't get it. Mighty Thor definitely has an honorable mention.
Nice, yeah.
I think Wong definitely has an honorable mention. MCU Multiverse of Madness Strange has an honorable mention. Valkyrie has an honorable mention. That Groot, the new Groot, has an honorable mention.
Groot's
Those
great.
are all really, really cool figures. A lot of fun. But no MCU figures really broken into that top tier category for me yet. This figure that I'm choosing for my third one is pretty much solely based on the fact that I still, over a week or 2 weeks later, cannot believe that I have it in my hand, that it actually exists, that they actually did it. In terms of the figure itself, it probably doesn't deserve to be in the top three. It is, by today's standards, outdated. There are a couple of things that I have with it in terms of gripes. The legs are a bit freaky. They don't stand as well as they could do. I think the articulation is lacking for this particular character. And there's some deco changes that I don't get how that got messed up. But the fact that they actually went there, it's got to be this guy, for sure. Blue Marvel definitely deserves to be up there in my top three personally.
Yeah, and again, these lists are our personal lists. By no means are we saying subjectively these are the best figures released. These are our personal favourites, ones that we are happy to add to our collections. That's what makes this community so fun, is that everyone's preferences are different. But Blue Marvel, very first time in any form in Marvel Legends as well, and they went for his Ultimates gear in the year of Galactus as well, so I'm not mad about it.
Yeah. And generally, the aesthetic on this guy is great. Like, I'm looking at him here on the camera, and he just looks really nice. He photographs really well, but there's something, I don't quite know what it is really about the legs, but you have to really get him to a place where you can pose the legs to look, heroic. Sometimes they kind of just they kind of flail like this a bit. It's hard to explain, but it's not super satisfying when you have it in hand, especially when you compare it to how heroic these guys feel and are when you're playing with them and posing them. So his fun factor definitely doesn't rival what they've done there. But as I say, the fact that I'm even holding an action figure of this guy that is officially made, that we paid £20 for, not £200 for a custom, is pretty great.
My biggest gripe, I know, and again, it's petty, but is the hair.
No, not petty at all.
It's the hair.
It's a fundamental part of the character.
Yeah, he's meant to be older. He's meant to represent the age, but yeah, there you go. Our wise old man.
You could fix that though. You could just get
I don't like doing that. I'm terrible. Don't get me wrong. You're not wrong. You are 100%. You can do that. But I don't trust myself, Rich. Do you know what I mean? And in my head, I know I've done it, and I don't know. I don't trust myself to do stuff like that because I don't. When I've paid for something, I don't want to just ruin it. I feel like as soon as you customize something, in some circumstances, you've instantly devalued it. Depending on who the customer is, sometimes, not always, but sometimes. That's just my logic. Not saying you have to agree with it, but yeah, you're not wrong. Do you have this guy, Rich?
I do, yeah. I think it's a nice figure. Again, the hair could have been better, and it could have done with better legs as well. But it's for Blue Marvel's look. I mean, he's not like we say about Blue Marvel a lot, and a lot of other people do. But he's not like a well-known character out there. Like he hasn't been in the MCU.
He's quite modern. He's not in the 2000s.
He's quite modern,
right?
yeah. But he hasn't been in like a massive load of storylines. Like he was in his Blue Marvel comic book, and then until I think it was the Mighty Avengers, Win kind of brought him back, and then the Ultimates. Like he had a gap where nothing was done with him.
Secret Wars a little bit as well. A little bit, no.
A little bit, yeah. Not. He wasn't like a big player in that though, but he was in like one of the comic books. But he has started showing up like more now, and I think it's definitely a character they could use in the MCU. I think if he appears in there, then it's going to go up.
Is he a bit OT?
Yeah,
is he a bit OP for the MCU? Do you think?
He is OP a bit, but he's not Sentry level type of thing. He's still got like some like humanity to him. Obviously, like his aging has slowed down, so he's got a lot of knowledge. He's kind of like a Reed Richards-y type of character, but has more like a bigger power set type of thing.
More cosmic powers.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to Rich's third pick. But a lot of the chat are having conversations between themselves, Rich, and it involves you.
It's about Kitty Pryde.
They all want to know why. Basically, Abnugler's jumped in as he would. He's come out of his well and he said, "Rich M is just a hater. He secretly loves Kitty, but this is her just because he wants to feel special." Now, what's your rebuttal to that? And please let people know. Just answer it once and for all for the people that are here live. Why don't you like Kitty Pryde?
We've answered this a couple of times now, but Kitty Pryde to me is just like, she's the ultimate Mary Sue character. If you read Kitty Pryde in the comic books, her character arc is just whatever they need. It's like, oh, she's a teenage sidekick of the X-Men. Oh, now she's leader of the X-Men. Oh, now she's Star-Lord in space. Oh, now she's the head of the Xavier Academy. It just doesn't suit anything. Kitty's just put into like whatever role they need. There's no narrative to her. And like I said, when I was a child, when I came into the X-Men, Jubilee was like the kid in the X-Men. So the X-Men's always had that like junior member like entryway to them. And Jubilee was kind of like this bratty kid. She didn't always listen to the X-Men. She'd go off on these like adventures with Jubilee and be with Wolverine and be quite sarky. But with Jubilee, when the teen team of X-Men, when they had a new teen team of X-Men in Generation X, Jubilee realized that her place wasn't fighting with the X-Men. She needs to learn how to control her powers. And she went and joined Generation X. Whereas like if you read classic Kitty Pryde in the X-Men, like when the New Mutants come along and Professor Xavier gets that team, Kitty Pryde don't go and join the New Mutants. She's already brilliant, a 16-year-old doing everything, still in the main X-Men team, being annoying. So I just don't like Kitty Pryde. If people love Kitty Pryde, they can love her, and that is their prerogative. But she is the one character that I don't like. But it's not character growth, though. Kind of. If it was like if you built layers on Kitty Pryde and did character growth, I would accept it. But it's not. It's like a new, like she's a blooming pirate captain now. Where the fuck did that come from?
Well, she's a big Hasbro fan. Leave her alone.
Yeah, like she's been an astronaut. Oh, she did actually ride a rocket for years, didn't she? In Joss Whedon's run. So she's already been an astronaut. She's done everything. Everything you want to do on your LinkedIn, Kitty Pryde has already been ticking off all those boxes.
Everyone has a character though that they just don't gravitate towards. Like for someone else, their Kitty Pryde is something else. It's just one of them.
Exactly.
Rush says, I just got home. Dan, did you get the Jurassic Park set from Phil? That's a great question. And as an interlude, I will give out Phil, a shout out. And since it is on topic, because tomorrow in the UK, Jurassic Park Dominion comes out, which is going to be super nostalgic, I assume. I hope so anyway. Even though I did earlier see a picture that Brandon sent of Lex from Jurassic Park, her age now. And it just made me feel old. Like Lex. So little Lex from Jurassic Park is now like 42 or something like that with kids. Crazy. Anyway, shout out Cool Toys UK, Phil Jones. I should have showed this off at the start, but yes, he did bring this all the way from a Target in the US when he was in Vegas. I thought he was going to send it me loose, but no, he sent it me in the box. Carried this all the way across the sea in his suitcase. So I appreciate that very much so, Phil. And there you go. So talking about Lex and Timmy, the very first time, the only time in any type of action figure form we have gotten Lex. It took 30 years, but there she is. In the damn 3 3/4 inch. I would have preferred 6 inch, but that line's dead with Jurassic now. Anyway, but there you go. Jurassic Park. I've got my tickets booked. I'm going to go tomorrow with Amanda, the niece and sister-in-law. Are you going to see it tomorrow, Brandon?
Yes, 100%. I'm very, very excited about this film. It got like 40% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I'm trying not to look, mate. Yeah, I'm trying not to look. I don't care what the critics think. I want to go and see it.
Yeah.
Phil also got me these as well, by the way. I don't talk about wrestling a lot. Maybe one day I do wrestling and whiskey, but I don't even like whiskey. So, but there you go. I got Nia Jax and The Rock. But The Rock was pretty shit in person, not going to lie. So he's not as good as I was going to sell my Ultimate Rock for about £200 and keep this one, but this one's naff, so I'll probably keep my Ultimate now. But there you go. Thank you very much, Cool Toys UK. As he was off globe trotting, so there you go, Rush. Much appreciated. I still might get another one though, because I'm going to open that one, and I still think I want another one mint. So I'll speak to you. Because I love the Jurassic stuff. I've got loads upstairs. But okay, that was a brief interlude. Thank you very much for bearing with me. Okay, so there you go. There's our 3 picks, people. I think some great choices there. Again, just shows what a great year we've had of Legends. And as I mentioned, we've only seen...
We haven't done my 3rd pick yet.
Oh, have we not got there? Oh, yeah, sorry. Because you talked about Kitty Pryde.
Don't even care about
no,
me.
sorry. I got distracted. The Kitty Pride distracted me. Okay, apologies. Let's go to Rich for his third pick. Apologies. Damn,
So
Kitty Pride. I was trying to ruin it for you. That was Kitty Pride.
My third pick is one of the good X-Men. So she may have jelly legs, but I really like this look. So this is Vhs Storm. I know a lot of people said, oh, they don't like the hair or they don't like the face sculpt or she looks like a drag queen. But to me, that looks like Storm from the animated show.
Oh, super chat real quick from Nathan.
Nathan Tolan donated £5. I feel like ATM Mighty Thor is the best of the year so far. Rhino is close second, but first appearance Spidey is probs gonna take it for me.
Yeah, it's not out just yet, but thank you very much, Nathan. He says, I feel the Mighty Thor is the best of the year for me. Rhino is a close second, and the first appearance Spidey's going to make it. Yeah, Nathan was showing some toys off on Legends of Liquor on Sunday, and yeah, if you missed out on that Build-A-Figure Rhino, then yes, this Retro Rhino is 100% the better choice, but it wasn't in my list because it's basically the Build-A-Figure reissued, so it didn't count for me. But anyway, back to Storm. So you were saying it undoubtedly looks like Storm from the animated show, and I agree.
Yeah, and even the comic book as well. Like I really like the black cell shading on Storm. I think it works probably the best out of all of them so far.
100%.
And like this is like the classic Toy Biz Storm, and like I mean she had like that Widow's Peak big hair there, so like I don't get the hate for the hair. That to me is like 90s.
This
Storm,
hair's better than the other Storm.
People hate this hair.
Yeah, that's all I got was comments on that. I know, and it's like I think it's like her forehead is too high, it's too big. It looks like a wig, but I mean, you know, I think it looks really, really good. It's one of my favorite like figures of this year, and really, really good. I've probably not been like 100% on board this cell shaded VHS line like when it was announced. I thought there wasn't enough different. But to be fair, the 4 figures they've released so far, I've enjoyed all 4 of them. I think this and the Wolverine are definitely the standouts. And I think if you've missed the original Sinister or Jubilee, really good figures as well. I think obviously we've got Morph coming up. That's going to be good. I think the real test for this is going to be that Jean Grey, which I will be pleasantly surprised if it looks good in hand because it doesn't look the best now. But otherwise, I think this is a cracking figure. Really good addition to your toy shelves as well. And if you missed out on Storm last year on the orange cards, on the retro cards, get this one. It's a good addition to your collection.
100%. I agree with Rich. Even if you're not in on this VHS line, this Storm could easily fit into a comic shelf because those black lines could be comic panels all the same. And this is undoubtedly my mind's eye of Storm. Comic, MCU, cartoon, whatever. If someone says Marvel's Storm to me, I don't think of Halle Berry. This is what I think of. So, yeah, this is a must for me on the shelf. And, yeah, I've got some nice like lightning effects to pose her with. I like that she came with the hands that came with that over Black Storm as well. Do you know the one, the black costume in the 2-pack with Thunderbird? Yeah, really like this. And I'm glad you picked this. Great choice.
Mike is asking if there's cell shading on the head. So if you can see at the back, it's like painted in like a light blue color. But that's the only like cell shading on the head at all.
I didn't even notice the rest.
That. Yeah. You pick when it's on, because of the cape and the shoulders, you can't really notice it too much.
That doesn't even count as cell shading. That's just like I reckon that's just some like shadow in the hair. Like I think people are asking that question because they want to know: can you use this head on a comic Storm? And absolutely,
I think you 100% can. Yeah, I think you've got some comparisons in your video, haven't you? And I think there's pictures on my Instagram as well.
Where is Storm?
And you can definitely swap them between the two.
Here's Storm. I did a head swap, and the head swap looks pretty good. I can't remember where it is in the video, but there's the comparison of both of them. Which one do you prefer? And then I must have done a head swap at some point or other. There's the lightning. There's that. Is it further on? Oh, there's the lightning effects that I've got, by the way. Pose them up like that. Looks just a lot better. Where's the head swap? I'm scanning. I know I did it. I tell you what, it's just a tease. You're going to go and have to watch my video and find out for yourself. I definitely did it, I promise you. Don't watch... if I talk about this Storm for 13 minutes, I definitely did a head swap. But yeah, go and watch my reviews. Look at this type of slow round table comparisons. Look at that, they're moving at the same time. What a comparison right there. What a video. What a man. Anyway, there you go. Great Storm figure. VHS line definitely growing on me. But I'm not going to talk about it too much because I may talk about it again shortly. What am I talking about? Okay, so now officially, sorry, Rich. Blame Kitty Pryde. But now we've officially talked about 3 figures each. that are our favourites. There you go. So there's 9. And what's great is that we all picked different figures as well. So that worked out perfect. Because that would have been boring if we all went, oh, I picked that as well. Oh, I picked that as well. So that was great. 9 unique Marvel Legends that have all released this year to go and buy and add to your collections. All definitely worthy of the purchase for sure. Even with those damn price hikes. But yeah, great. Now we're going to switch it up. Okay. We've just talked about our favourite figures that we actually have in hand, okay? We actually can hold these figures. These figures are already on our collection. They're already on our shelves. Rich has already got the cubes dedicated space. Now let's talk about the figures that we haven't got yet, but we know are coming, all right? So this isn't speculation or rumour. These are figures that are been announced. We know they're coming out in 2022. What are we most excited for? Okay, and please join in on the chat. But before we do, let me just go to my Instagram and read out some of your favourites of the year before we get into the future, okay? So let me go to my my story post. And I think I'll be able to scroll up on that. If I could share this on the web, I would. But there you go. That was my story post on my thing earlier. If you put a comment there, then I'm going to read out what you put, okay? So I'm scrolling up. Okay, so first I've got... Okay, I'm just going to read these out. I'll put the chat up as we talk as well, by the way. Let me press some buttons and make that happen. There we go. Okay, so the first one is the Figure Collective 2022. He says his favourites of the year were 20th Cap, Comic Strange, and Quake and Maria Hill. Great picks. Christopher Allen. He said Jigsaw. Again, I wanted to pick Jigsaw, but I think the character selection for me wasn't there. But one I wanted for sure. Billy Jacob says, for me, it's got to be the Symbiote Spider-Man or the 20th Iron Man. Interesting. And Gore, he said. I haven't opened Gore yet, so interesting. I'm looking forward to opening that. Classic Spidey 97. He says, number 1 is the Mark 1 Spider-Man. Number 2 is Retro Rhino. And number 3 is Jane Foster. Again, 3 great picks. Lizzie Hartz. Her favourite is Defender Strange because it's the only fig that I have that came out this year. And it wins by default. Congratulations, Stephen. Captain K Collectibles. Got to be the Hobgoblin for me. Interesting pick. We got AR Toy Space Official. He's picked 3. He said Mighty Thor is 1. Defender Strange is 2. And Animated Wolverine is 3. We got Smith Bean Frill. He says Ravager Thor, VHS Wolverine, and Retro Symbiote Spider-Man. We got Damien Ristori. I can see him in the chat. He loves villains, this guy. And he picks one right here. He says MCU Baron Mordo and Comics Hammerhead. He really likes that retro Hammerhead. 2 great figures.
Baron Mordo is a good shout as well.
Baron Mordo is a very nice figure. And Hammerhead was one of those figures that caught me off guard with how much I liked it. Wasn't excited when it got announced. I was like, yeah, that's fine. That'll do. But when it came in hand, I was like, actually, this is a lot better than I thought. Cucumber World. What a name. With K, by the way, not a C. He says King Thor for me. It's true. It's right there. It's right there. Shout out Cucumber World. George W. I've heard of him. He says 20th Captain America. Almost perfect for me. If only it had double jointed out. If only it had butterfly joints and pinless arms and no holes in the damn shield, then it would be perfect. But it's almost there. KSM Kyle, he says Flashback Winter Soldier. You sort of forget that some of these figures came out this year, but yes, Flashback Winter Soldier. To be fair, that is the same figure that came out in 2014 with some new heads. So wasn't going to make my list, but if you missed out on that and you're a fan of the Winter Soldier, I can completely understand how you love that guy. Definitely the best Winter Soldier sort of Sebastian Stan likeness with the long hair, for sure. Blake Griggs says X-Men the animated series. Just all of them in general. Doesn't give me a specific one. I just think he likes that VHS line. Literal Action Fig says Jane Foster Thor and Paralleled Cap and Defender Strange. Cheeky Monkey Kiara. I didn't know she had any Marvel Legends, but she says, Rich will like this, VHS Jubilee. She said that just for Rich, I think. Cowboy Collector says the Smurf Daddy Maggot. Is that his official name? The Smurf Daddy? I don't have Maggot yet, unfortunately, but I look forward to getting it. But yes, the Smurf Daddy Maggot. I don't think that's his official Marvel name. Maybe it is. But the Cowboy Collector's a fan. Leelander 90 says 20th anniversary Cap. Commander Snyder says 20th anniversary Captain America. Was he this year? Yes, he was. He counts, and he's in your pick. Hero of Collectors, I've heard of him as well. He says Quake. I know he's a big Quake fan. That's his pick with an exclamation mark. So he wanted me to say it. Quake! And last one, Jay's Coins Collection UK said Hammerhead. Again, character that caught us off guard. So there you go. There's everyone who joined in with me on Instagram. Thank you very much for doing so. Hopefully you're watching the replay or you're here now live. I appreciate that. Bit of interaction for you there. And thank you to everyone who's in the chat typing away as well. Mini Plastic Multiverse is there on the screen right now. It says, here go for Zemo, the Skrull, and the 20th anniversary cap. Yeah, the Skrull should be an honourable mention for sure. Definitely an army builder. Probably my favourite army builder of the year if you don't include Quake, because she's not technically an army builder. So there you go. Okay, let's get into it. The future, lads. Let's look into the future. We've still got over half the year left, technically, so we're not halfway there yet, and there's a lot more Legends to come. Would you think my assumption of saying we've had 35 to 40% of the Legends this year so far to be accurate?
Yeah, because I mean, last year, everything seemed to ship in like September, October, November. It was like we had like 4 or 5 waves all in one go, didn't we?
So last year, we got 10 Builder-Figure waves plus the Fantastic Four wave. So that was 11 full waves. This year,
and the Infinity Saga summer thing as well, didn't we?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this year we've got the Spider-Man Beyond summer series. We've had the non-builder figure wave this year with the Iron Man Retro Wave 2. And we've only had 3 builder figures released. Bonebreaker, Controller, 4. Bonebreaker, Controller. Yeah. We've got Thor, the Thor wave with Korg and Rintra. So there's 4. So technically, potentially, not saying there's going to be, but potentially, there's another 4 or 5 Build-A-Figure waves still to come out this year that we don't know anything about.
We know Infinity Ultron. That's the only one that's been revealed.
So still potential after that, another 4, maybe, if they want to max it out. But we're hoping we get more waves as well with like retro themed, since retro's dying. This is the last year of retro. We are hoping we see some more retro figures this year. AKA, let's see more Iron Man. We've seen that Art of War Machine. Let's see some more, please. So yeah, anyway, point saying, a lot more Marvel Legends to come this year. So out of the ones that are announced, let's get into some of our picks, all right? So I've pulled up some images already, ready to go. And for the order this time round, I've gone Brandon first, okay? So Brandon, you don't know which one I'm picking first, so I'll throw it up on the screen. So these are our favourite picks, the figures that we're most looking forward to adding to our collection. And again, these are our personal preferences, the ones that we're looking forward to adding to our personal collections for whatever reasons. And Brandon's up first with his first pick, which is...
Oh, yeah. I think that... I really, really enjoyed Hawkeye. I think for me, it was probably top 3 MCU shows so far in terms of the complete shows. I think Miss Marvel might have something to say about that once we're all said and done. But I think this guy looks great. I think Clint has been very deserving of an updated figure for a long time. He's all pinless. You've got all the accessories that you would need in terms of the bow holding hand, the bow, pulling hand. You've got both fists if you want to get into some hand-to-hand combat as well. I think the likeness looks great so far. I'm really, really excited for this one, bro. I think he's in that very classic modern costume as well. Iconic modern costume, I mean. So I think this is going to be great.
Yeah, this whole wave I'm looking forward to, and I may even pick a character from this wave myself. But this is undoubtedly, you know us. If you're a fan of the channel, then you know that we love our MCU figures. We love forever building to that collection on the shelf, and we need a Hawkeye. Hawkeye's, I know we got Ronan in like the sort of last sort of section of movies, but before that we only really got a couple of Hawkeyes. So his due diligence is here, and I like that this one's beaten up a little bit in that classic, not classic. Yeah. It's more of a modern look for Hawkeye, to be fair, but it's a mind's eye look for Hawkeye all the same. So yeah, great pick. Are you going to be getting this one, Rich?
Yeah, 100%. Looks really good. Really like that Hawkeye TV show. I think, like I was saying to you guys, I don't know if I'm going to get this wave straight away. Yeah. Because it's been such a long time since well, it's not really a long time, but in the terms of TV is coming so fast these days. By the time we get this Hawkeye wave in hand, it's going to be nearly a year later. So that's the only thing that leaves me a bit. I might wait a little bit for some of them.
Yeah, it is a shame that they for whatever reason Hasbro Disney couldn't work that out and have some of this merch out. I know Funko Pops get them out straight away, but they're bloody stupid little bobbleheads. Like, let's get some of this. Let's get some of this merch out straight away. Because yeah, you're not wrong. Like this came out December. We're now in June, so the hype dies. And I think if they release things as the hype is right there, these things would sell like hotcakes. But I'm still undoubtedly getting this guy for the shelf for sure. Okay, Rich, you're next up. Your first pick is this guy, and I would have also picked this guy if Rich didn't. So go for it, Rich.
Yeah, this is Iron Spider. So obviously from Civil War, where Peter gets this suit, but more importantly from Avengers: The Initiative, where MVP gets this suit. All three of them. So I've got three of these Iron Spiders on order. Nice. I love this look. It's like an iconic look again. It's been used by multiple different characters throughout comic books as well. So whether you're a fan of like Avengers: The Initiative or the original Civil War, or even like more modern day uses, like I think Miles' father had like a version. Miles' uncle, sorry, had a version of the suit at one point as well. Like it's been throughout Marvel comic books. Just a really iconic suit. I love that it comes with the are they articulated? I think they are, aren't they? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The arms as well. So they look really, really good. And yeah, my most wanted Spider-Man figure wave is this one.
Oh yeah. Again, this was up there with my most wanted Marvel Legends Spider-Man costumes for sure, designs, whatever you want to say. Yeah, this year has been a great year for that. We're getting this. I've already got my armor, this guy, and we're getting Boombastic Bagman. Like, what a great year for these random, well, not even random, these great looking Spider-Man costumes. But in regards to the comics, this one I think is more important than Boombastic or the Iron Spider because of it. Again, I remember this from Civil War more so, but I remember like Tanner was telling me there was 3 of these in a particular story. So he's got the Revoltech one, and that justifies him keeping the Revoltech one or something like that. So it looks great. All Mechanic with the super chat. Thank you very much. Picking his favourites.
Ultimate Carnage donated £4.49. Top 3 future ML. Peter and MJ 2-pack, Hawkeye and Moon Knight.
Hawkeye, what a good name. Top 3 future for Marvel Legends. His picks are Peter and the MJ 2-pack. A great pick, sold out on Hasbro Pulse UK and US, I believe. Hawkeye, good old Hawkeye. Do they call him Hawkeye ever? Hawkeye, I assume. And then Moon Knight, great picks. Which Moon Knight? Ultimate Carnage, which one? We're getting a couple. But great picks. Thank you very much for the super chat. And I'm sure we may talk about one of them in a minute. But yes, I agree with Rich. Everything Rich said. I love this armor. I love Civil War. It was like what rekindled me reading comics again. Yeah, I love this armor for sure. Accurate to the comics as well with the 3 legs, not the 4, which is what people assume, but it had the 3. And yeah, it's pinless, utilizing all the technology advancements of Marvel Legends. It's got the butterfly joints. There's a video right now on The Amazing channel where he's got the first in-hand look of this. So you know he makes this guy look great. So yeah, I'm excited for it. Brandon, you?
100%, man. Just like you said, if it was if Rich hadn't picked it, if you hadn't picked it, I definitely would have picked it. I got the issue and I think the run where I think Rich is like a Civil War spin-off, right? It's like Spidey's view of Civil War that this makes its first appearance in the comics. 538, something like that, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, and then I think it's like issue 2 or 3, I think, of the actual Civil War where he shows up as well, doesn't it? Which he gives it,
yeah, something like that. Like, and exactly as Rich said, it's iconic, I think. And as well, I remember having like the not Toy Biz, but maybe Classics Iron Spider, was it? Yep. Like, you know, it wasn't officially Legends Iron Spider, but it was.
Was it Origins?
The Spider-Man Origins, it might have been that, yeah. Like, and I remember that being on the shelf like 7 years ago.
That was a very sought after figure. Very sought after.
Yeah,
because the only representation of this design.
Yeah, and I remember having that for ages, and just slowly but surely it just got phased out by other Legends on the shelf because it just started to look out of place. So I'm very excited to finally see this guy take the shelf.
Hopefully soon. Hopefully these Spider-Man figures start showing up soon. Like last year, Brandon was showing off pictures of what was it last year?
It was Mark III Iron Man was the first week of July.
Yes, there you go. So we're creeping towards July. Hopefully these Spider-Man figures start shipping. or appearing up in places. Back to
which is just crazy when you think about it. To think we're already here.
Yeah, I told you. That's what we're talking about.
The summer program is like a staple. It's like Christmas, middle of the year.
Yep.
In the Legends calendar.
It's an expensive middle of the year for sure.
That's very true.
We know it's coming, so we plan for it I make sure I've got some money aside for like San Diego Comic-Con exclusives and for this summer line, and yeah, crazy. Just Ultimate Carnage follow-up, he said the fully suited Iron Man, so Mr. Knight, of course, and he said he was meant to say Hawkeye. Damn iPhone autocorrect. We've all been there, my friend. We've all been there. Good old Hawkeye. I'm just going to call him Hawkeye for now, and I think it's going to carry on. Stick. Okay, great pick. My first pick, if I've put these tabs in order, is Morph. Now, I mentioned this because I wanted to just talk, and we already have briefly, just about how when this line was first announced, me and Brandon was here going, what? Cell shading? I'm out. Nah, I don't need these. Don't want these. Now look at this idiot with all 4 of them. This is why they call me the Hasbro Bum Pirate Dan Who. And they're not wrong. Look at these. All 4 of them here in hand right now. And I'm very excited for it. I've grew to appreciate what these are and what they represent. That X-Men animated show is part of the reason I love Marvel so much as it is now. I tell you all the time, as a kid, I remember watching Rugrats and Alive and Kicking with Jamie Finkston and Zoe Ball. Rich knows what I'm talking about. Brandon certainly doesn't. But that was what I remember. And if you're of a certain age in the UK, that's how I watched X-Men. But yeah, so these figures represent that. I am not going to try and mix these with my comic figures. These are going to have their own display, their own shelf, their own little corner of the collection. And yeah, I look forward to it. And Morph, I feel, is an important character for, like, just for the if you're a fan of the show, of that animated show, and you're a collector, he's just a character that we've been missing in figure form. So it doesn't matter which way we get him, I'm happy to get it. And I know it's just a simple character design, but what was so great about this, unlike Jean, who they proper skimped out on, gave us an inaccurate head, and it's just a crappy repaint, this is brand new, pinless body, with the sculpted pinless legs with the actual straps on, so they're not going to fall down. And we've got the new jacket, of course. Yeah, I'm very happy. We've got both heads as well. Not happy with the price, of course, because that price keeps creeping up. But just for the figure, just having that character in my shelf, I'm going to be very happy for it. Now I just have to think, if the price wasn't so damn high, I would have instantly said yes, 2, and have a good morph and a bad morph. But I just don't think I can buy 2 Hasbro. But I think I'll definitely get 1. And I love the gimmick, the VHS gimmick. You just see me holding them up. I'm all in at this point, all right? I'm all in. So had to show this some love. Very recent reveal. But yeah, VHS morph. Are you getting it, Brandon? Are you on the fence? Are you in?
Yes. Yeah, I think I'm definitely picking and choosing with this line. So far, I've gone with Storm, and I've gone with Wolverine. I skipped Sinister. I skipped Jubilee.
What? What?
I know.
Block. Give me the chat.
The thing is that if there's only one accessory that I would like in that Jubilee box set, and that's the one that Dan is showing right now, where the sunglasses are sculpted to the head, and as well the yellow gloves. But I'm like, see, if she was in the sale with Pulse, I would have gone for it. But I've hated spending £6 on these figures so far. I've hated doing it.
Yeah, the price
because
isn't for
they're repaints. I'm sorry, but they're repaints.
Yeah.
There's not much really to them.
This whole line is a gimmick. We know it is.
Yeah, I love X-Men animated, but it's not X-Men Evolution. And the box art is phenomenal.
Different generation.
That is exactly. So, but Morph is I think an iconic character in terms of our.
He's a cult favorite amongst that show.
In terms of our pop culture. Mainly here, I'm going for the new legs. They have gone so far to give us new legs, and I think that deserves to be supported. So I will be getting more. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Rich? You're all in now at this point, yeah?
100%. Yeah. Even Jelly Legs Jean will be getting again.
Jean, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, this figure I think looks good. I know that this the regular face sculpt hasn't been like as well received as the other one online. But there was an interesting thing of Paul Hardin who sculpted it, and he said he wasn't told that it was for like an animated morph. It wasn't for a cell shaded morph.
Oh.
He didn't know if it was going to be like in the regular line of just like a normal X-Men relief. So like that's why he just sculpted it as like, you know, like a general Marvel Legends head. So I think that's maybe why. It's like I don't think like the sculptors and stuff are being told everything. Maybe it was planned as a main line release at one point as well. But I just thought that was quite interesting. And I think it still looks good. And again, with these pictures on the white background, with the brightness, it doesn't always come out best. Sometimes in hand, they look much better. So I'm still pleased for this small figure.
Yeah, no, I agree with everything you're saying. Like, I don't think I think everyone thought the same when they first seen that head. They were like, that's not really the VHS morph, but that's what we're getting. So I may display with the angry face anyway, to be honest. But California Red Devil with the super
California
chat.
Red Devil donated $4.99. Most looking forward to the Mojo 3-pack. Speaking of mutants, I heard Donatello is being replaced by a muskrat.
Oh my god, is that
is
it again?
Is this true?
I fall for it every time. I'm like, oh, here's California Red Devil with a nice super chat, being really nice, supporting the channel, says something positive, and then he stabs me in the back with a diss of the best turtle Donatello. Ridiculous. California Red Devil says, most looking forward to the Mojo 3-pack. Speaking of mutants, I heard Donatello is being replaced by a muskrat. Is that true? No, it's not true. You cannot replace Donatello. He does machines. Without Donatello, the turtles wouldn't be able to get anywhere to fight crime because he builds the blimp, he builds the turtle wagon, and all the other fun gadgets that make the turtles fun. You need Donatello. And I didn't realise Brandon sent me this picture separately, so I can show it off in all its glory. So there you go. Brandon's an exclusive look at Brandon's latest Instagram post. Is that your dog or my dog, Brandon?
That's my dog.
Okay,
sorry.
cool. No, I'm just making sure because Teddy's on his own. I'm like, shit, is he panicking? Is he being attacked? It's all good. Okay, cool. Let me go back to Morph. Okay, so let me close that. There's Morph. Okay, so that was my third pick. So let's get background to Brandon's second pick, which is it's another Hawkeye. It's Gil Hawkeye.
Can you hear him still?
It's all right. It's fine. It's fine.
I think he's waiting for my mum to come home. What was I going to say? Yes. So I love Haley Steinfeld, man. I'm just going to put that out there.
That's all you need to say. We can move on from now if you want.
Yeah, I love Haley Steinfeld. This is all new sculpt. This is pinless. Kate is debuting into the Marvel Legends line in her MCU form straight away. Again, all the accessories we need, 2 sets of hands. I think the likeness looks good so far. I like that she has the ponytail hair. You know, it means that she's going to be very easy to pose. It means we're going to get into a lot of good action poses.
Hooray.
You can look up. She can look to the sides, you know, when you're going to be using her with the bow. One thing I loved about one thing I didn't like about America Chavez was that you can't really get her into many poses or positions because of the limiting hair. Same with Jane, same with Valkyrie to an extent. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Most of all, though, Homegirl has butterfly joints.
Dude, she's got double jointed elbows as well.
First. Double jointed elbows, double jointed legs,
there you go,
as far as I'm aware.
Nice.
But definitely has butterfly joints, which is just freaking... We're in a new era, gentlemen. The golden age is more golden than ever.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this figure as well. I like you, really liked Hawkeye, and looking forward to her.
Put the Leia cube to one side, Rich, because there is a new queen in town.
Yeah, she is. That's everything she comes with. So yeah, just to reiterate, I loved Hawkeye as well. I'm really excited to see more of Haley Steinfeld in the MCU. I liked her dynamic with Yelena. I'd love to see a film, like if they're going to do another Black Widow film or something, I'd love to see a team up with Yelena and Kate Bishop, the new Hawkeye of the MCU. But yeah, pinless figure. Again, what I want, I always say this, I want accurate representations of these characters that I love, and Marvel Legends MCU of doing that, especially with the 3D digital face printing tech. And from the digital render, it looks great. So I hope it looks great in actual hand as well. And hopefully we don't have to wait too long. Because on Pulse, this wave has been pushed up to like September time. So hopefully this is maybe a month or so before it starts popping up in other places. But we shall see. So Rich, earlier on, talking about other Hawkeye, you said you were going to probably wait on this line. But you do love your female Marvel Legends. Is this one that might tempt you to get quicker?
Yeah, this is probably one of the ones I will pick up straight away. Like, I'm a big fan of Kate from the comic books as well. Like, The Young Avengers is probably one of the great modern-day Avengers stories, like both volumes of it. Just a really good story. So I enjoyed Hawkeye a lot, the TV show. And again, I've got a Jeremy Renner Hawkeye, even though I do like the new look. I like his updated look here. I think it looks good, but I haven't got a Kate Bishop in the MCU, so I'm definitely going to get her to add to
I
my
think
MCU
just like
shelf.
Iron Man that you backtracked on very recently. I think you're not going to have to wait to get Hawkeye. I think the Hawkeye and Kate Bishop are going to look so great together. You're going to have to get
both
pair.
of them.
I think so. We shall find out. But yeah, not too long. But yeah, great pick for sure. Next up, Rich's next pick, and we've already had a few people mention this, including the Donatello hating California Red Devil. But he said he was looking forward to the Mojo 3-pack. That's Rich's pick. And Rich, again, great picks, by the way, because if you didn't pick this, I would have.
So yeah, we've got VHSs, and now we've got a TV to go with them, with Mojo, Dazzler, Longshot, and a little X-Baby Wolverine as well. Just a cracking box set. Not one that I was expecting this year. I think, like, going back looking at the live streams, Ryan had that little Mojo on his shelf, so like he did hint at it at like the beginning of the year, but I didn't think we'd get basically the Mojoverse done in one slot. All you're missing now is a Spiral and some other X-Babies and maybe an updated Shatterstar. But again, Shatterstar we've already got in the X-Men Legends line. You can pick him up, and hopefully Spiral will be here soon. But I wish they had done more. If this one like thing, I wish they'd done more X-Babies in the set. Again, that would have probably pushed it up to like $200. So I'm happy with what we've got.
We showed, Rush sent me a picture of the X-Babies on Legends and Liquor, and I showed it. If anyone's got that picture again, show me. Send it me, and I'll show it on screen. If this set, like Rich said, it came with all the X-Babies, because that Wolverine on his own, he's probably scaled a little bit too big for the X-Babies, in my opinion. So he just looks like one of those random extra vinyl figures. It doesn't really make sense in a Marvel Legends display for me.
So they've gone with, instead of going with like the original X-Babies, which are like miniaturized little cartoony visions of the X-Men, this is like the Scott Young modern day X-Babies look. So Scott Young, I know the Gentle Giant do all those animated statues of like little like Marvel like cutesy types of
little vinyl pop
baby.
Things,
yeah, I think I've got one. There you go. So I've got that print. Look, there you go. So that's Scott Young. Yeah. With the Avengers, like climbing up to get the cookie jar, but it's kind of more that look. So it's a look I like. I really like Scott Young. I think he's a fantastic artist. He's got a unique style, and he's always stuck to that style. He doesn't like change into like a house style for when he does things. So for something like the X-Babies, it fits. I understand some people weren't as keen on it, but I love this whole set. I love the packaging. I love everything about it. It's just a great set.
I did a quick search using the Google machine, and I found that image. So these were Toy Biz figures that were meant to come out as like Marvel X-Baby type things, and I like them.
They were going to be like pack-ins when they with the Marvel Legends, where with like a big figure, and then with these, and you've got like the Mighty Avengers on the end as well, like the X-Babies of the Avengers version.
I like these a lot. If these scaled, like, just think, you can see the thing behind them, and they're up to his knee, which I think is perfect scale, and they're just one piece of plastic, no articulation. I don't think you need it. Maybe the head turns, but they would have been spot on. If we had got like 4 of these in this Mojo pack, that Mojo pack would have been spot on perfect. But Wolverine is just a fun little pack-in, let's be honest. But again, if I had to be picky, I would say give us a little set of X-Babies. But a better Dazzler than the one we've got already. We have got Dazzler in that design, but that old head sculpt is nothing on this new one. Long shot, we need a long shot in the new Marvel Legends era. And again, Marvel will keep raising the bar when it comes to those Toy Biz builder figures. We didn't think they'd be able to do it for so long because there was so much paint and deco on those Toy Biz figures. But Hasbro are like, what bar? We just jumped right over it. They did it with MODOK. We didn't think MODOK could be better, but it was. And again, Mojo looks... You've seen those side-by-side shots. It just... I know people... like some people grew up collecting the Toy Biz figures and have that attachment, and that's all well and good. But just subjectively... I think looking at the two, comparing them to the modern day collection, this Mojo is far superior. So yeah, looking forward to it a lot. Brandon, me and Rich obviously all in on this. Are you tempted by this?
Yes, I pre-ordered this guy just because of the sheer weight and size of him. Because it's such a fun character in terms of the comics. I mainly know him from Wolverine and the X-Men, the animated series. But just look at it. I think it's such a fun figure. I think just double check for me. Is Dazzler on a new body?
I don't know.
I think half of it is pinless, half of it is not.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't remember
so
which bit it is.
It's a digital render, so we'd have to go back and check
Yeah,
the live stream.
I think there's like tiny holes there, isn't there? So she's not going to be.
She's got pins on the legs, I think, but I think the
Yeah.
arms are pinless. She has got pinless arms.
There's pins on the legs. Look.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's the only downside is that any females with those old legs I'm trying to avoid. But the main reason here is Mojo. I think Mojo looks phenomenal. Completely destroys the Toy Biz. If you prefer the Toy Biz to this one, then you're probably old and should go to get your eyes checked, because this thing is just phenomenal.
I've just noticed the chat, by the way. Didn't I tell you, right, that this would be the type of thing that Amanda would see and go, what the hell is that? I don't need that. Well, she's randomly watching the live stream. She must be bored. And she's just said, also, what the hell is that fat monster? Who even wants to look at it? So this is
she also said 10-minute warning. So I think, should we go for another 15 minutes?
Yeah, we'll go for another half an hour. Let's just go all night,
okay,
night long.
Amanda, Mojo or Annabelle though? Which one? Which is best?
Didn't I say to you that I'm gonna have to show her this character on screen first? So when she sees it, she goes, "Oh, that's from that." She has no clue.
To be fair, for some, but in the spirit of balance and in upright honesty, I actually don't think Mojo will make it to the shelf for me, simply from a space point of view. That my X-Men shelf is packed to the brim as it is. There's nowhere for this guy to go. But I think it is one of those characters that if you're a Marvel Comics fan, you got to have it in the back somewhere to pull out at some point.
I reckon your ACBA with this will be fire. You'll have some.
That's what I'm saying. It's one of those that it's just going to be, and it is ugly, but I completely agree with Amanda. But
of course it is. He's
meant
to be. Yeah,
he's meant to be. And it's especially the two head sculpts. Like they did not. Hasbro came to make a point with this figure, and I think they've more than made that point. It's phenomenal.
Amanda said she's going to tell Teddy to eat both of them. Luckily, Teddy's kind and doesn't actually care. Look at all these figures I've got on the floor, literally. And Teddy will come in here, have a little sniff, and go, nope, that's Dan's collection. I'll leave him alone. So I'm lucky, because I swear another dog would come in and eat them all. But yeah, this is Mojo. Amanda, Mojo, Amanda, you'll meet each other very, very soon. Sorry about that, Amanda. Let's move on before we mention price. Right, my second pick. We're talking about this Disney Plus wave a lot, but me and Brandon love the MCU, so I expected nothing but... Because this wave, I've said quite openly, this is probably my most anticipated wave of the year, just because it's like new additions to that MCU shelf I really, really want. And Moon Knight was my most anticipated Disney Plus show. And I really liked the show. I don't think it lived up to... I don't know. Maybe I hoped it up too much in my head, but I still really love the show, and I look forward to seeing where it goes. But as a figure that represents what we've seen in the show, now there may be a tiny little bit of inaccuracy in regards to, I don't know, like a wrap going the wrong way or whatever. But that is still... that's my mind's eye of MCU, Disney Plus, Moon Knight. And it's just a great design of Moon Knight. It's like I love when the MCU can take a comic design and put it into the sort of modern age with their own little flair. And I love how the wraps are like wrapped around the actual crescent moon as well in the middle, and the gold against the white. I just really like the character design, and the fact that we're getting it in figure form. Very happy with it. Very excited to get it. So yeah, there you go. There's my pick, Moon Knight. I'm assuming you agree, Brandon. You're nodding. Moon Knight, you getting him?
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing that comes to mind actually from what you just said as well, this wave pretty much has... Damn, I just realized Clint is in this wave. But other than Clint, these are all new characters that have never had a figure before. And to be honest, I'll include Clint in that, because these are all characters that either have never had a figure before or never had a good figure before. So this is a great addition to that. I mean, look at the detail on this guy. Go and check out the Figure Reports review if you've not already.
Of course, yeah.
I think it looks fantastic. One thing I'll say on what you said as well, I think the show lived up to expectations on like an emotional storytelling standpoint. Okay. But I think where it fell short for me was on a physical standpoint. like we see that scene in the trailer where he's really beating down on the dog thing in the name escapes me, but the dog thing in the bathroom. And Kevin Feige had said before the series came out that they weren't, holding back their punches with this one. And then it was like every time there was a punch, it was and that was it, Yeah. And the brutality, and not in like a crude way of, I want to see violence, but like that raw power kind of thing, that darker tone that we were kind of anticipating with Moon Knight. I don't think we got to see it like we could have seen it.
Wasn't quite Netflix Punisher scale where it could have been. Moon Knight has the potential to
or even Daredevil scale, because I know Punisher can be a bit violent in a way, but I'm talking like aggressive action we didn't really get.
The thing that annoyed me about Moon Knight, those first couple of episodes where he did like jump to personalities and you'd skip time, I thought in future episodes they'd go back and show you the different perspective, and we never did. So like, how did he win that fight on that ice cream truck and stuff like that? Like, I'd like to know, but we never will.
And I think from an action storytelling point with the MCU, they really missed an opportunity there to, maybe it was for a good reason because it's for the sake of story and the story paid off. It was a great story, but I think that could have easily rivaled Winter Soldier for having some of the best sequences in the entire MCU for sure. But regardless, figure looks great. Put a cloth cape on it and we're good to go.
Rich, is this one you're going to wait for the sale, or are we going to enable you to buy it as soon as it comes out?
So I'm going to get Mr. Knight, not this version, because he can like kind of fit in with my comic display. Again, this is I will probably eventually pick this one up as well, but I think I only need one Moon Knight at the minute, so I'm going for Mr. Knight.
Do you not think this could fit into a comic display as well? And that's why people are giving praise to these Moon Knight figures, because you can blur the lines a little bit.
I think it could, yeah, definitely. I think it is, but I think the Moon Knights we've got already fit into my comic display, if that makes sense. There's two that we've had before. So it's like I've got my West Coast Avenger one, I've got my modern day one as well. So it's like I don't need this as much. I will probably get it eventually, but I don't need as much. But with the Moon Knight TV show, I liked not seeing, because it left it to you. It was up to you how you wanted to see. And I think as well, it's like it's Disney Plus, so there's kids going to be watching this, and maybe that's another reason why they couldn't go in on it like they did with the Netflix type shows.
Of course, yeah. Disney Plus is what's going to not kill it, but it's definitely going to saturate the potential of what these characters could do on screen for sure. But again, I did like it. Even that terrible British accent, it makes so much sense in the story. But I remember seeing it in the trailer going, oh no. But no, it's all good. It's all good. But in regards to a figure that represents the show, beautifully done. I can't wait to get it in hand, and we shall see. Okay, last picks. We're all picking 3 figures that we want to see this year. We're excited to get. So next up, Brandon, your last pick. We've been talking about this wave all night, so we may as well mention the bloody Builder figure.
Absolutely. I think this guy looks spectacular. I think they said that lance is like, 6, 7, 8, 9 inches long.
We've seen it, yeah.
Bigger than him. Looks phenomenal. I think the sculpt work on this guy looks phenomenal. He's pinless. Just as someone who is a fan of animation and who has felt sad at how little love animated figures have gotten over the years. So, for example, we have nothing from X-Men Evolution. We're only just starting to get stuff from X-Men animated. Clone Wars has not really had a lot of love in terms of animated looking action figures from Star Wars' point of view. To finally get, and someone who actually, my Marvel comic fandom, if you like, is really based on a cartoon of Earth's Mightiest Heroes. To get What If had this dedication and this love from the Hasbro team, it is really a great thing to see. And given he was the big bad, I think it's going to be amazing to get the Guardians of the Multiverse going up against him in some great ACBA shots for sure.
Yeah, I've used no when it comes to the What If stuff. Like, I'm not like, it's not something I'm asking for, but I appreciate that they're nice representations of it. But if there was any character I'd like to stand next to the Watcher to represent the What If show, it has to be Infinity Ultron. So I'm not mad. I actually quite like that the Wave's all live action figures and the Builder figure is just the What If. So I'm not mad about that at all. Rich,
agreed.
You're buying these figures whether they come out straight away or on the sale. You're going to need them all to build this guy. Are you going to end up with this guy?
That's the thing, is I've got every other What If figure, so I've got to get this one. But it's like, oh, I will probably eventually get on, but I'm going to just play the long game with this wave, I think, which might backfire on me because the other one, like the first Disney Plus wave with like Scarlet Witch and that some of those were quite hard to get, like within a month.
I think
like
the Moon Knights, by the way, are going to be that of this wave. And a lot of people just want this wave for this Build-A-Figure. So I do think we're going to see less parts available for this than we do with usual Build-A-Figures. Like, we're going to see a lot of controller arms. We're not going to see many pieces for the Ultron, Infinity Ultron going spare.
I think on a scale as well of Build-A-Figures, I kind of have like Build-A-Figures I don't really care for, Build-A-Figures that I will build but casually. I'm not,
Controller heard you say that, Brandon, and he's not happy about it.
Well, I think he's actually in the middle of that scale of like of Build-A-Figures that I'm not really fussed about building, but I will casually get round to it at some point, like Rintroth, for example.
Bonebreaker and Controller are just on the screen, just.
Then there are Build-A-Figures that I'll build out of like a convenience, like Korg, for example. That whole wave was great. I really enjoyed it. It was easy to put Korg together. And then the top end of that 4-point scale is Infinity Ultron. Like, this is one that will be my Bonebreaker. This is one that I will, like, whatever it takes, I will get this thing built ASAP, like, because I'm just that excited for it. So I think for me, this is what, our third Build-A-Figure of the year now? No.
Fourth, the fifth.
Fifth. Yeah, so if you think about that 4-point scale, this is the first one for me out of 5 that hits that super hype level Build-A-Figure, like Rich for Bonebreaker, or you with Rintroth and Korg and all the ones that you really rushed to get built this year, Dan. So
said the figures that I never opened for months.
Yeah. So I'm really, really excited for this, for sure.
Yeah, looking forward to this. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so Britch's next pick is a little bit different. I told you, I teased you right at the start of the show. I said we'd come back round and talk about this news. The only actual Marvel Legend news this week. Well, Rich, you can take it away. What did they show this week?
So this is wave 7 of the 3.75-inch retro figures, and we've got Nova, Firestar, Moon Knight, and an amazing fantasy Spider-Man. But mostly, if I don't love the X-Men, I love a new Warrior, and we get both Nova and Firestar in one go. So whether you're a fan of the New Warriors, whether you like the Cosmic, whether you like Firestar from Spider-Man and their amazing friends, on going live, before live and kicking was even a thing, Dan, because I'm a bit older. But you can get them all in one go, and they come on these lovely retro cards, which I have been picking up on the side.
I thought, sorry.
The art on these, I just love them in the packaging, and like I know a lot of people are like plastic on the Legends and the retro cards go in, but the thing that I'm going to be most sad to go is this line, because I've been getting them all on card. So if these are sealed, am I going to need these anymore? Probably not.
Yeah, this line is going to die next year when they've replaced that front with a box. Do you know, like they're doing on the vintage Star Wars stuff at the minute, or I agree. This line, as it grows, I brought a couple of these in the Hasbro Pulse sale just out of pure FOMO, because again, we know plastic packaging's going, and like that just showing off that in hand, that Thor in hand, makes me think, shit, of course I need Thor to go along with Hulk and Cap and Iron Man, and like gonna have to try and backtrack and get him now, ain't I? But yeah, they do look nice and card. Again, just for when none of us are crazy here, like Tom, aka Mini Plastic Multiverse, who buys these to open. Well, a lunatic. These are just to have on the shelf, have on the wall, to just represent the character in a different way. And I didn't expect to see Nova in this line. I would have guessed Firestar eventually if we got Spider-Man and Iceman. Why not Firestar? But Nova was a random pick, but not mad about it at all. Richard River or San Alexander, whichever one you want, I guess.
And I think the price point for what they are is pretty decent. And like even with the price raises, they've stayed under like 15 quid, so it's not bad to get them.
This is why I had FOMO picks in the Hasbro Pulse sale. In my brain, I was thinking Avenger characters and X-Men characters. So like I picked up a couple of the X for like, with that price off, it costs like £7 each, which is nothing. They're not exactly going to decrease in value, are they? You put them in a protector case, and there you go. Like they've doubled in value already. Just if you look after them. Nice
And
little display
these
pieces.
are showing up in like more mainstream stores. I think because they're cheaper, because they don't take up that much space. Like the Entertainer, HMV, they're all like stocking them over here as well. So there's like different places you can get them, and like they always go on the bigger stores. They always have sales and stuff like that. So it's definitely one to keep an eye out for if you're interested in getting on board.
I got Magneto for like £3. I think nothing, absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Mini Plastic Mortal, I told you, is crazy. He said I'll be the only person buying them next year. Yeah, just don't even ship to the shop. Just ship direct to Tom because he's going to open them all up. He says this wave is a bit weak in his opinion, though. They should be
Shut
doing
up,
more.
Tom.
Yeah,
ban Tom. Ban him. Take away his mod privileges.
He said they should be doing more villains. More villains. Well, we did get Green Goblin recently, I guess. He's a villain, I guess.
There was like one villain in most waves, I think, but I think now they've gone down to like just 4 figures in a wave. I think the selection's a bit like less.
Yeah, beautiful. Amanda just burst in the room, showing me a cup of tea and some twirls. So good job, good job. We're on the last pick, all right. But yeah, it's nice to because these are technically within the Marvel Legends family. Of course, we talk about the 6-inch scale on the channel, but I just love collectibles. And this line, I can't lie. It's getting a bit FOMO this year, especially with the plastic dying out. And this line is like, I don't want to miss out on it, if you know what I mean. Like I'm like, do I want Moon Knight? Probably do. But Rich's picks in particular are New Warriors, Nova, and Firestar, which are looking good. And again, if you're never going to open them up, Rich, you need to send us a picture or post a picture on your Instagram of your display of these. Are they all in the same spot?
Yeah, so they were all. I think I've got 12 of them on the wall because I couldn't fit. I've started like running out of room now, so I'm like swapping things out.
Yeah.
So like I've got the 4 Fantastic Four, a bunch of X-Men, Elektra, and Daredevil. I think is what my lineup is at the minute.
See, they've all got these little mini teams. Now in my head, I'm thinking, well, I can't get Daredevil if I don't get. And they've done a Bullseye as well, haven't they?
Yeah,
and
but like you with your clip strips, so I can like swap them out when I'm like feeling the Avengers a bit more. Pull them off, put the Avengers in, and easy. Hours of fun.
What are they called? People always ask me how they are on my wall. What are they called? Command strips, are they?
Command strips, that's it.
There you go. That's how you stick them on your wall. Don't have to ruin your wall, and you can take them off and swap them around just like bricks. Easy.
They say you don't have to ruin your wall, but I've moved 2 of mine and ripped up a bunch of paint with them, so I'm just leaving them there now. They can't move. My expensive wallpaper is staying.
Yeah, luckily I've just got to paint it. I always worry about that though, because like if I drill any more holes for any shelves or anything like that, I'm like, am I ever going to be able to match the paint again if I need to fill a hole? I don't know. So these are staying. Shelves are never moving. Always in this way. Okay, but there you go. So Marvel Legends. See, it says Marvel Legends in the corner. We weren't wrong. But I like talking about. I like mixing it up. But what a way to end it, by the way, lads. And I'm glad that you didn't pick this last one because it was a bit too obvious. It was a bit too bait. So I thought I may as well take the honour. And as for our very last pick, for our most excited and most anticipated for 2022, it is of course Mr. Galactus. That's right. That's his official name. The builder figure, the HasLab Galactus that we pre-ordered last year is due at some point in 2022. Now we're hoping it's going to be like September time, but again, I assume the fall, if you will, the fall, which is fine as the darker times come and the clocks go back and it gets dark a little bit later. A Galactus arrives with his heralds to brighten up our displays. And look at this is everything you get with Galactus if you backed him. You get the Doomhead, which I know Phil Jones is the only person that's excited to get him. There's someone else as well. Someone's really excited about the Doomhead. It may not be Phil. Sorry, Phil, if you don't like Doom, but someone out there is excited for the Doomhead. You get 2 face plates, which is like a skeleton one for like a dead version, and then another grimacing look. And then you get 3 6-inch figures. So of course Silver Surfer with a stand so he can be held by Galactus. And then in the other hand, he can hold Frankie Reyes Nova on a fiery base as well. So literally Galactus can be holding 2 of his heralds in his hand on those display bases. And then the one people most excited about, I think, out of those figures is going to be Morg, who Dwight has showed off on a Toy Bro interview. And it looked great, by the way, with all the bumps on his body. He looks very big and chunky. Yeah, lads, obviously I'm very excited about this. I only went for 1 this time with the HasLab because times are hard. There's too many toys coming out. Poor me. But 1, I'm very happy to add 1 to the collection all the same. For now, he's going to have to stand next to the Sentinel until I find a way to display these guys. But I'm excited for him. I'm assuming you guys didn't pick this guy because it's obvious we all want him. Rich, I can see you smiling. You happy? You excited for this?
100%. This is like a great set. I think you get like half the heralds in one go as well. And then we've already got Firelord coming. We've had Thor released earlier this year. There's hints that maybe a new Terrax might be on the horizon as well.
And an Airwalker.
Yeah, Airwalker, and then that's about everyone. Then I think there's a couple more, but like you've more or less got all your Galactus in one. It's just like I have no idea where I'm going to put this because my Sentinel takes up like a whole shelf, so I don't know where Galactus is going to go. Maybe I need to finally find my own place to put him in, all in his own, like in a little flat, just for figures or something.
In the bed next to you, just top and tail with Galactus. You sleep and his feet stick out.
And he lights up as well, so you can find the toilet in the night.
There you go,
hours of fun.
Come on, Galactus, let's go for a whiz. But yeah, by the way, this Thor could have easily have been in a pick for today. A completely pinless, great representation of that Herald of Galactus 4 in the year of the Galactus figure. And yeah, with all of them as well. And there are rumours. Dan Yoon has officially said, even after Firelord was revealed, expect... He said, I think his quote is, "We're not finished with Herald yet."
Yeah.
So again, whether it's a Terrax reissue, which I will welcome, or an Airwalker, I assume it's going to be one of them. But we shall see. Brandon, Galactus, excited? Where's he going?
I actually thought you were going to go with Hippo.
You thought I was going to curve.
Yeah, I thought you were going to curveball us and say Hippo is on its way or something.
I'm trying to be... imagine that. Imagine they give me the reveal and this was the moment I revealed it. That would have been pretty fun.
Yeah, could you imagine?
No, I kept it canon.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that's amazing about HasLab is like, it's such a dream item.
Yeah.
You know, that I forget that it is actually real and happening. You know, and that we are edging closer and closer and closer towards us having to find somewhere to put it. But I'm really, really, really excited for this. I think it's going to be phenomenal. I think those head sculpts are phenomenal. I think the layout features are phenomenal. I think the whole damn thing is phenomenal. So yeah, I'm really excited for this. And like you guys have said, I hope that we do see Terrax most of all, simply because I let that Build-A-Figure go a long time ago, thinking it would be a case of the Rhino. We would get a reissue of it sooner rather than later. But here we are, still waiting on it. So it would be really cool to see that this year too.
Yeah, I'm sort of wishing I did show Hippo now. That would have been funnier. Never mind. Missed opportunity. No, I kept it canon. Galactus, of course, we're all looking forward to Galactus. Hopefully sooner rather than later. But yeah, this one is an epic one. I think now they've got this in the Sentinel out the way, it opens the door to potential HasLabs that are not just big scaled characters. Now, of course, that's the easy way to go. You can give us a Giant Man or something like that. But yeah, I am interested to see where else say go with the HasLab now they've ticked these off the list.
I'm kind of hoping Giant Man will be next, just so that way we can kind of tick those the big three of Toy Biz bats, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Just as Hasbro's way of saying like, yeah, done. You thought those figures were great, these are even better.
The Giant Man HasLab is a layup. It's like Giant Man is a HasLab. All the tiers are like Scott Lang in different sizes, different scales, or whatever, or Hank Pym, for example. And the Wasp and whatever, all those side characters.
I'll be honest as well. If I could pick between a comic or an MCU Giant Man, I would go comic for sure.
I think I would as well for the greater good of the collection. But I wouldn't be mad about.
No, I wouldn't be mad either.
But I do think the consensus would agree and say comic Giant Man would be the way to go.
I'd prefer MCU because then I can skip it.
And I guarantee a lot of people would say those exact words. They would on an Instagram post for sure. But yeah, easily people, and I'm sure the chat would agree. Galactus is probably our most anticipated of 2022 so far for sure. People in the chat are saying they want a Quinjet, says California Red Devil. Dominique Smith is saying people want a Fin Fan Foom.
That would be good.
He says people want it, but not him.
I'd skip it.
But yeah, and again, Hasbro have sort of said we probably will get another HasLab. Not in those words, but if you read the room, I reckon we will get another HasLab this year. But time will tell. Maybe San Diego Comic-Con time. I don't know. July is always a fun time for collecting and this hobby because so many reveals, especially that this year Hasbro have now confirmed they're going to San Diego for the first time since 2019 or 2020. No, yeah, it would have been 2019.
2019, right?
Yeah,
correct.
So good time. So that means a panel. They usually do a panel reveals. Who knows? we shall see. But Galactus, for sure, most anticipated of the year. Tom in the chat says, Comic Giant Man or a Punisher van are the only ones I'd back. Let's remember he says that when he backs the next one they reveal, and it's none of those things.
100%.
I will remember that, Tom, all right? But I agree with you. I would also back both of those things. But gentlemen, great picks.
Just one last item of breaking news from earlier. They are saying that a Thunderbolts film is in the works, has already got a director, and that apparently Marvel Studios has got into contact with some of the actors to see if they're free for filming next summer. The lineup is apparently US Agent, Yelena, Abomination, Zemo, and then maybe Ghost, maybe Winter Soldier, and maybe one other one. Taskmaster.
I think they've got to have. I think they've got to have a big name in it, like Sebastian Stan, just to not carry them, but just to have that recognisable face amongst a lot of side characters. I'm in though. I'm in. A Thunderbolt MCU film would be great, and they've definitely been planting the seeds for sure. What's that? What's Val's name? How do you say her full name? I always forget.
Valentina. Something.
Yeah, I was hoping.
It's that bit. I
thought Rich would roll it off the tongue. Do you know it, Rich?
Well, sorry, I wasn't concentrating. The Countess Valentina something.
Yeah,
I can't think off the top of my head. And I've got her first appearance as well.
Yeah, it's a long. She was Madam Hydra at some point, but she wasn't Viper. All right, or the first or the second, in case anyone wants to know. All right, beautiful. Thank you to everyone in the chat. That was about it. So again, a quiet news week if you want to talk about the 6-inch Marvel Legends news. So we thought, why not talk about some of our favourite figures of the year, as we are technically in June now, the 6th month of the year. So we're nearly at the halfway point. Not quite yet, but we're nearly at the halfway point. And we're at episode, by the way, 96. 96 weeks in a row we've been streaming. We are 4 weeks off the 100th episode. Now, what's happening on that 100th episode, none of us know yet, but it's going to be a good milestone all the same. Hopefully we're all in the same room or building at least. Thor the same day or the next day. Be a good time. Hopefully some new Marvel Legends as well. That would work out great, wouldn't it? But yes, we are creeping there ever so closer. But thank you to everyone who contributes all that good stuff. Let me play the credits before we get out of here. Thank you very much to everyone for the super chat. Smart Tac Tac, Toys with Film. Go and subscribe to him. Red Foreman, Ultimate Carnage, Nathan Tolan, and California Red Devil. And then, of course, the channel members showing some love with George, Jamie, Home Dude, and Thirsty for Chicken joining the crew again. I appreciate that. And again, as I said earlier today, we are doing a Joe's and Juice on Sunday. So in replacement of Legends and Liquor, we're going to be doing a Joe's and Juice. There you go. There's the intro. So me, Tom, and Mark Tac Tac will be doing a Joe's and Juice this Sunday to recap all of the G.I. Joe news and talking about HasLabs. G.I. Joe Classified have just teased a little HasLab, so we could talk about what we'd like to see there as well. So this Sunday, people, in the usual Legends and Liquor spot, come and chat some Joes with me, Tom, and Mark. But until then, that's the next time you'll see me. The next time we see these two, who knows when? It's a mystery. But go and follow them where they tell you to. Brandon?
What's my username? Hero.collections. There you go, guys. That's the one. Go and catch up that. Yes, that shot. Shout out to the super producer for helping me figure out what to do with that one. Yeah, I like these figures a lot. Still milking that controller wave, for sure. But definitely some more Star Wars stuff coming. Gonna dip my toe into Jurassic World this weekend. See if I can nail some good shots. I've been watching those movies again lately, so there's two in particular that I want to get. Might try some Stranger Things as well. We'll see how it goes, but yeah, everybody's support is much appreciated as always.
Go and watch Brandon's live stream that he did Monday. He does a live stream on Instagram.
Oh yeah, I forget about that too. And, Into the Heroverse every Monday. There it is. Go. If you've seen Kenobi, go and check out that latest stream. Give it some love. Let's get it to 1,000.
I pop in.
Jeez, that other one hit 10K. What the heck?
Yeah, I pop in for the last like 15 minutes of Brandon's and talk. We just talk Stranger Things. Literally me and Brandon.
Yeah.
I think everyone else left, and it was just me and Brandon talking Stranger Things for the last 50 minutes.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it all the same. People in the chat are saying, don't do the stream on Thursday. That's potential, you know. There may be potential. Me, Rich, and the super producer need to have we need to have a production meeting.
Yeah, I think the weekend would be ideal.
Maybe.
For sure.
I'm game. We don't have to do it on the Thursday for sure. We can do it on a different day. But
shout out to Toying Around as well. He says hello there.
Hello there. Hello.
Hello.
Finally, he's been saying it long enough. Finally, Kenobi's got a live action show, and he's finally relevant again. It took a while, but he got there. You stick to your guns. Hopefully, Power will come back around in fashion. Was it ever in fashion? If you don't listen to the Morphine Crew or Lethal B, you have no clue, and I guarantee you, no one in the chat got that reference. Oi, okay, let's get out of here. See, that's another reference. Never mind. My music knowledge is deeper than my toy knowledge sometimes, I promise you that. Rich, where can the people find you? Let me go to Displayed Once.
You can find me at Displayed Once on Instagram.
There he is.
Yeah, that's about it.
We want to see. So every time. Sorry, I'll put the picture up and Rich, it's there. Every time Rich is on here, I always sort of pressure him to post a picture of something. Last time we asked to see his layer cube. There it is, people. His layer cube. It actually exists. He's adding to it this week as well. This week, Rich, I would like to see your retro figures on the wall, please.
Okay, I'll sort that out
Thanks
for
very
tomorrow.
Much. We want to see.
I'll sort out a nice post for you.
I appreciate that. I like being inspired by other people's collections. Amanda's giving me evils in the chat. I can feel them burning through me already. She's going to moan that she made me tea and it went cold. Her plan failed. But I appreciate everyone in the chat. Thank you for everyone who's still here. David Model displaying model behavior. Dave, aka David, is in the chat. Cloud, Foxwell, California Red Devil, Toying Around, Caleb, Jamie, J Stores Collection UK, Damien, Lizzie Harts, Greg Finstad, Tony Collector, Amanda Doyle, I've heard of her, Thirsty for Chicken, and Mini Plastic Multiverse, and everyone else who joined us this evening. We appreciate you. Thank you for listening to us talk some Marvel Legends for an hour or so. And yeah, hopefully next week there's some actual Legend news to talk about, all right? Otherwise, we're going to have to go top Legends of the week and just do a random theme. But we shall see. Until next time, people, let's give them a wave. Bye-bye, everyone. We appreciate you. Let's go to the final screen. This is where...
Happy Pride Month to you all as well.
There you
Have
go.
a good one.
Happy Pride
yes,
Month.
absolutely. Happy Pride Month.
Lean back again, Rich. Let's see that T-shirt. Look at that T-shirt. Go and buy yourself a T-shirt.
Getting
people.
£10 for this.
There you go. Thank you. There you go. Let me put the link in the chat before we get out of here. Replay crew, if you're watching till the very end, there you go. And the reward for watching to the end is 10% discount code. Use code Hellfire. Buy yourself a T-shirt. We appreciate you. And now the part of the stream where we reveal all our secrets. All right. Anyone got any reveal secrets they want to reveal?
Yo, that Avengers shot just hit 200 likes in an hour and a half.
Wow. See, it's the magic. There was 100 people here that may have just went straight there.
Yeah, this is true.
Hopefully, that's exactly
true.
what they did.
I love when analytics just hit like that. It makes it feel so great.
Happy days. Happy days.
I still haven't forgiven Brandon for not telling me Leia was in Obi-Wan sooner as well. Like, what? How terrible.
Oh, I have not even seen the episode yet. Damn.
I've tried protecting this guy from spoilers, and here is Rich.
I got it ruined for me at the end of my stream. Gutted. I hope the layers in your cube fall over.
into the bin.
Into
Get your pride.
So
I hope